Which button? This button. Hello, Twitch
I was
friends.
having similar thoughts myself. I just said this sort of, I don't know what button to press. Let's try this one. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Laurence Plays Whatever I'm Playing Today. Factorio Industrial Revolution. There we go. Yes. So, oh dear, yes, I remember. Last time we were up here fighting the good fight against the biters, and we've liberated all this territory, up to... I was going to say all of this up to about here, and we did, but then the biters have rebited all this area, so that's a bit of a shame. And we haven't got Mike this evening, unfortunately, so he won't be available to throw himself against the hordes and hordes of biters. So maybe somebody else will do that. I don't know. I'd quite like to do some building and some actual, Factorio rather than just fighting. But I guess we'll see what happens there. So, what else was I doing? Oh, yes, and last time I set up this lovely system here, and I finally got it finished, and we're now producing stainless steel at such a rate that we've now got more of it than we know what to do with. So that's going quite well. One of the things I wanted to do was start building all of the different types of inserters. That's still on my to-do list, and that means I need to squeeze a station in somewhere around here to unload stainless steel onto the bus, or I need to make another area somewhere, and we don't have room for anything at all at the moment, of course, because everything's full, in order to make all of the inserters and various other things as well. So that's a dilemma. Also, Tristan has been going around the map he's been building these massive arboretums absolutely everywhere, because we need enormous quantities of wood to make charcoal to burn for fuel and to do all kinds of other stuff. It's a bit ridiculous, but I feel like the entire map is full of arboretums. It's crazy. So that's going to be interesting. Yeah, so I don't know what I want to do first. There is definitely stuff on the list. I guess we'll see what everyone else feels like doing and see if I can fit in there. So let's rejoin chat and see what everyone else is up to.
2, 3, 4. There's a fifth one.
Today we have counting with Al.
2,
Good job.
3, 4. There.
Numbers are different.
Yay.
What is he counting anyway? Where is he?
I'm distancing apart the fire.
Oh, there you are. Oh, I see. Right, you're trying to put the flame turrets down. Probably. If you added the if you had the underground pipes on your copy paste
I should probably
as well,
do that, shouldn't I? Yeah.
It would be a bit easier in the future. Yeah.
I was thinking about that whilst I was doing it and going, I'll just run down. And then the expert has suggested.
I'm glad we amaze you. I don't know whether that's a good thing or not, to be honest. I'm going to assume it's a good thing though. So
I do believe we amaze each other.
Yeah, usually with a face palm as well. So that's fairly appropriate.
What the fuck is there?
Okay.
Robopop? Yeah.
Let's put OBS out of the way. Let's put OBS over here. There we go. I've got. You'd think with 3 monitors I'd have enough space for everything, wouldn't you? But just no. Right. So
it is interesting how UIs are clearly liquid.
Blip.
They will certainly fill the available space.
The more you have, yes, yeah. Okay, so this area around here I can start to reclaim to an extent. So maybe this is a good area to start building inserters and other such shenanigans in. What do you think, guys? If I start building here, I can get rid of the wall now because we've in theory got better defense. We've got defense.
Please get rid of that wall.
So if I get rid of that wall and then have a load of drop-off stations in that space there, I can certainly start building the assemblers, and then maybe after that we can start building some other stuff.
By assemblers, do you mean inserters?
Yes, I do. And probably assemblers as well, but certainly inserters to start with.
Assemblers assemble.
Are you going to leave the copper patch or put mines on it? That's 2 separate possible options.
I'm probably just going to build straight over the top of it because there's a bigger one there, and there's a smaller one there, and
yeah, I figure we're gonna get to the point where we're going. We don't have any copper. Laurence, why did you build over all of these?
Here's quite a large one. 6.8.
That's what she said. There is quite a lot of copper around, so I think we'll probably be all right. Where's my train? I'm miles away because I was off playing with Mike and he's not here.
7 mil.
I've got lonely.
Where else have you pinged? Where else have you pung? What's this one? Oh,
Ping pang.
yeah, we've
ball.
got about 14, 16 mil available. So
That
are
feels
you
like
prepared?
quite a lot.
Are you prepared to be the person who overwrote 6 million coppers
Now then. It's all
in
it.
the past?
Yeah, probably. I mean, if we're absolutely desperate, we can rip the factory. Oh, there's another one here as well under the railway line. If we're absolutely desperate, we can always rip the stuff back up again and move it to somewhere else. But I don't think we're going to be that desperate for copper. I suspect by then we'll probably have expanded in a sort of chasing the pollution kind of way, because that seems to be how things go.
How does that
Brill.
look?
Good there.
Put these back on. There we go.
I
That's
I
actually
am
kind
also
of-
assuming
oh,
that the
goodness.
existing glass fact production is going to be sufficient, because if I build right on top of it or right above it, then there isn't going to be room for any more.
Yeah, anymore for anymore.
Actually, that said, it could carry on further to the east and a little bit to the west, so that's probably all right.
Yeah, I could probably double it in space there.
Yeah.
Reasonably easily.
I reckons.
Oh yeah, because we can remove that wall. That's
Yes,
irrelevant.
the entire wall is going to go, because it's completely well, it's hopefully unnecessary now. If it's not unnecessary now, I shall have an enormous sad.
There you go.
Thank you.
That'll you don't care about those ones I've marked. Just remove the other ones. Then
Why
the
do you
internal
have to
bots
line
will
up with
deal
all the wrong
Yeah,
things?
I'm going to just bot this lot as well. Bot.
You know what? Let's do that.
Okay, so let's do this with my
Extra
bots
defense.
first, because that's quicker and easier. And then I can copy and paste in my massive station thing and make Tristan sad by not renaming anything, because that's always fun.
I'll just
You're getting
mark everything you do for deletion.
You're getting complimented by chat, I think, Tristan, sort of indirectly. They're saying Wayne is saying that he has trained hard to get right, and they are mostly your fault. So therefore, well done.
Implying that they're right.
Yeah.
Well,
LPN makes them a bit more complicated, but more powerful as well.
Also easier.
Yeah. Power and complexity often go together, I find.
With great power comes great responsibility.
With great power comes great transportability.
Right, I want to be just behind that thing.
Has Tom Holland actually said that yet?
Tom Holland?
No.
Yeah, the guy who's currently playing Spider-Man in the MCU. Has he actually said, with great power comes great responsibility yet?
Well, he's not supposed to, because that's what Uncle Ben says.
Yeah, but Uncle Ben often gets quoted, and it's sort of Spider-Man's ethos kind of thing.
Only because Uncle Ben said it.
Yeah. I think Aunt May might have said something along those lines.
Oh, okay.
In possibly the first one or the second one, I'm not sure which. They sort of blend together.
They do a bit, yeah. Right, that's that done. So now I need to copy one of these massive drop-offing stations. Is this a massive dropping-off station? It is. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's supposed to be going here, and why is? Oh, there is a train coming. It's filling up the glass, right?
Well, Uncle Ben should probably just stick to rice.
You don't want your actually, you do want your rice to stick together, depending on where you are in the world.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of rice until I learned about Japanese-style sushi rice, where it clings together. And I really liked it when I had proper sticky Taiwanese rice in Kingston that one time.
Oh yeah. Sticky rice is nice, or certainly can be nice. Yes, I think we could put that there. Oh, I was actually standing in the middle. Here comes a massive phalanx of bots to take up all the trees, but probably not to put down the belts yet, because that'd be
a phallus of bots.
Phalanx.
You're welcome. Why are you not connected? Because of that corner. I remember.
Right.
No running me over, please, trains.
Oh, let's go through and where are all those? Let's get rid of the constant combinators, so I don't end up summoning all kinds of crap I don't want to this station, because that would be bad.
Can you rename the stations as well, please?
I haven't decided what I'm bringing in here yet.
If you copy to a blueprint, then you can just not tick the station and Not stick the remember station names.
That'll do.
Can't rename that one. Hasn't been placed yet.
Right, let's go and get some scran.
Okay,
go.
I've renamed. I've renamed
you.
the 3 of them that have actually been placed so far.
Copper Please is still called Copper Please. Middle one.
Yeah, that's what hasn't been placed yet, so I can't rename it.
That has been placed.
Oh, did that not rename? Oh, it didn't rename. That's weird. I could have
Also,
sworn-
if you rename Jeff, then they'll all have different names because the one that hasn't been placed is called Jeff now.
Okay.
Wayne,
Oh, there's
you
a
just
fifth.
need
There's
better
5 of
signal.
them. I can't count.
Better signal. What's the word when you're good at stuff? Discipline.
A Duraxa.
Pardon me.
Duraxa, previously aforementioned discipline. I can't.
Basically, outside of junctions, you
It's
should
rubber.
put a rail signal every train length-ish. And inside junctions, put a chain signal on each input
Oh,
and
you're
a rail
talking to
signal
chat,
on each
right?
output. Yes. And you will also want to
Look at Reddit.
put
They'll tell you what's it.
Yeah.
more chain signals inside the junction, but it's a little more complicated.
He's not wrong. Just looking up how other people have done it and copying is a good starting point.
Yeah.
Oh, I shouldn't have done that.
Okay, this is enough seconds.
Why, are you still hungry?
I
Well, I could hear you eating, and now you're talking about seconds. So.
meant the time I've made the train wait.
Right, let's have a look at how to make inserters. As far as I remember, you didn't need quite as many things as you might expect to need. Now, we do still need burner inserters, which is rather frustrating, but I might just ignore that because they're being built on the bus. So that means
Yeah, we
we
don't need a lot of them.
We can ignore the electric inserters as well because they're just slow and pointless, except that we need them for
Way.
other things. So that's green circuits, electric motors, which is iron and iron and iron and copper.
You're completely abandoning
iron.
yellow inserters, are you?
Well, no, because I'm going to need to make them as an interim product.
No.
But
I
you're
can
not
shove them
going
in
to
down.
keep providing them.
So I can shove them in a box. I'm not going to provide any of these things by train because I think a train full of inserters would be a nonsense.
Yeah.
And
Actually, that is a very good reason for putting it where you're putting it because you've got logistic stuff around.
Yeah, yes, exactly. That was the method in my madness, or at least the madness in my madness. So far I need copper, green circuits, and iron. That's not too bad. And glass.
Oh, I remember. I was in charge of munitions production, or at least I took myself in charge of it.
And copper. Fast inserters.
Negative 25.
Carbon steel.
Oh,
And
that's not what I
lube.
want to see.
I need to start naming these before I So it's
Forget.
iron for inserters.
There's a battery in this network. Where is it?
Request it.
Copper.
Oh,
for
there'll be no
inserters.
thingies.
That's a rail signal.
I can't imagine where it
Can't
is
rename
because
that.
is it maybe in? No. Not just in the network. It's something connected to this very specific red cable network.
Right. Is that? Oh no, then it was carbon steel next up, wasn't it? Carbon
Is it me?
steel.
It's in the logistics network.
So that gets.
Is it in my
That
trash?
gets
It's
me
in
up
my
to
trash. It counts as the
Apart
trash.
from also needing lube.
Brilliant. So that's fun. You could put stuff in your trash slot and run around interrupting logistics networks.
And stainless steel
Behaviors.
and red circuits. So I need three more stations.
3 more stations. Oh, you were all telling me how to make these as well. We had a whole chat about how to build a Milton Keynes sort of situation. And then we couldn't decide where to put it because, of course, everywhere around here has got resources. There's 9.5 million copper in the
Yeah.
in the middle of suburbia over here. Oh, I pressed the button. Don't know what it was.
Yeah, I tend to eventually end up not worrying too much about building over the top of oil patches because I don't care. Because you have to expand somewhere, basically.
Kill more biters and take their ore.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's a very, very large nest that you just ignored completely.
Yeah, Mike's not here, and so I thought I'd leave it for him. I know how much he likes blowing things up.
We might have to control it somewhat because there's a few more nests that have now
Yeah,
appeared.
they do spread downwards, which is a pain. Does anyone? I feel like I've spent the last 2 weeks mostly going out and fighting. So
I think we all have.
yeah, I think we probably all
Except for
have.
Tristan.
But I've had enough of it. I just want to do something else. I want to do some building. Factorio is about building, not just fighting.
Well, it's about automating.
Well, yeah, but
Oh,
it's hard
that's
to
right,
automate the
'cause
fighting until you've
we
got
couldn't-
artillery.
We have no way of improving the output of the rocket making machine. Although we've got full on plastic
Nope,
now, so
got to name
I
that
guess it's
properly.
because it's finished making stuff.
Yeah, we might need to make somewhere that makes plastics at some point. Green circuit. No, that's not green circuits anymore. It's going to be stainless steel.
Can somebody remind me what the stupid input was to plastics that made everything difficult?
It's oil, but there's funny business in oil. So yeah, have a look at the oil flow.
It was carbon.
Oh yes, you're right. Yes, there's a
Yeah.
shortage of carbon.
The carbon's fine now.
It's fine now.
But only for
Yeah.
now.
I hope that you're.
I
even
fixed it,
more
and it's
Um,
yeah. So you can add another
something else. Red circuits.
machine or 3.
Well, you say you fixed it, and I don't disagree, but it is constantly moving,
And then lube.
which is worrying.
I forgot everything now.
What is constantly moving?
The carbon line, which
Yes.
means that it is being used as fast as it's going in. So if I put any
only-
more machines on it,
No, only only one side of the belt is moving.
Iron, copper, green circuits, and glass.
well, that's
Yes,
true.
that was everything you needed up to about here. Oh, and lube, which I put on the end because reasons. Oh, and that was carbon steel as well. So that's that. That's up to advanced inserters, the fast inserters. Then we need the stack
Bring me
inserters.
train.
Need red circuits
In your
and stainless
smile.
steel, which I put in there. So I
And then the plastic
think
was
that's everything. What was that? Oh, that's still carbon steel and copper. That's okay. Right. Does anyone want to build a? Do we have a lube station? We do
Nope.
not. We just have a lube pipe. Does anyone want to put in a station for all that lube that we don't have? Why are we so short of lube? Who's been
We're
using all
using
the
it
lube?
all up. It's those engine things, isn't it?
Probably. So we have we need more lube production.
We need
Yes.
a dedicated oil site
Yes.
by train.
So, I think while I'm doing this inserter majigamy, does anyone want to get some lube to help me with the inserting, and also some red circuits for similar reasons?
I can head over here, I guess,
What
and
are you
put down
doing?
an oil thing, possibly under or in there. That last
Is
one
it-
probably.
Yeah, down here is probably quite good. Was that the last one?
No, I was going to go up and right from there.
Oh, okay. In case the
Oh.
bus extends, I suppose that's probably sensible.
Yeah.
What the
Okay,
jinkies
yeah,
is this train?
That's quite a nice area of that. I think it's probably a good size for oil, at least for now.
What's the station called, Al?
Person.
Good.
It's the when you respawn, you spawn on
Jeez.
that red belt. It moves you along to the train, and you get in the train and take it back to where your corpse is.
Oh, it's the death train.
Yes.
Yes.
I used the loop as a drop-off point, and now I'm stuck.
You'll have to switch over to manual mode then, I guess.
Ah,
Okay.
no, never mind.
I've just noticed how much of the space I had available for making inserters has been taken up by the drop-off stations for doing so. That's a bit
Jeez, that's all.
ridiculous.
You need all of those.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
You don't have your pickup stations yet?
Yes.
I'm not doing pickup stations. We're not having trains.
Oh yes, yeah.
We're not having
Yeah.
trains full of inserters. That'd be crazy.
Especially with the size wagons there are.
Yeah. Hello. Would you like 4 million inserters?
I'll watch me over there anyway.
I mean,
Right.
if you're building up an outpost,
Yeah, true, but also no.
actually, what you do want, you want a station, but you want all of them feeding into the same one, and it's the construction.
Oh, I suppose so. So a
train
construction train can
turns
turn
up
up
there.
there. Yeah. Okay.
Speaking of outposts,
Well, there's.
why is there an
1,
outpost
2,
in the middle
3,
of our
4,
base?
5, 6.
It wasn't the outside. It
Yeah, okay,
wasn't
that
the
works.
inside of our middle of our base originally.
This seems reasonable.
And now where's this
that
fire going?
that outpost.
that
No,
one.
that's a redundant outpost. That is there so that there's always one or something to do with how the stations work.
Probably
something
not
LTN,
necessary,
something.
I suspect.
No, it is necessary.
What?
It's train limit of 0, so that there's always. I don't
train's
know.
just gone there.
No, it hasn't. It's gone to the fluid
Oh,
ammo
that's probably
pickup
me.
next to it.
Yeah. Oh, there's that.
Oh.
Talking.
Oh yeah.
Stop it.
Oh yes, up there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I know. I see.
There we go.
Yeah.
Chemical plant.
You
said we needed that. So
I think no. You need to have one station that has that will drop to a train limit of 0, and all the rest of them can turn on and off. But it doesn't. But it could just be one of the outposts you're actually using that's programmed for its train limit to change. But it's slightly easier to program them to just turn the station off. So we tend to do that when we're being lazy.
Since no one's doing any combat, I'm going to search for chemical plants. Oops, I pressed the button.
Yes, Evan, that was the joke. Thank you. Okay, so I'll put in one more. Actually, I need to put in space for a perp and a tank.
My right.
Pump your lube.
Lube my ride.
Does she appreciate
And
being referred to
how?
like that?
Where were chemical plants, Al? Thank you.
La.
Okay, I need to also by file pickup. Gotcha.
I suppose.
File pickup sounds like an Indian takeaway.
Fal. Does it?
Yes, because a file is a type of curry.
Is it?
Yes, it's not spelt like that, but it is. It's pronounced like that. I think it's spelt with a PH.
Well, I never.
I know you didn't.
Should I?
Probably.
Can count on that, can't you? What if I put you here? It's a lot of effort just to get you to build 2 chemical plants, really, isn't it? But at the same time, am I really going to do it myself like an actual plebeian? No. Make the bots do it.
I'm now realizing potentially all of these red chests should actually be yellow chests with filters set up, because that way they'll, if you dump the relevant building into the system, they'll go and get put back in the right place.
This is true. That probably would be a way to do it.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Anyone can see.
Oh, just noticed that these chemical plants are never going to get restocked because of how someone's made this.
Wasn't me.
Okay.
Thanks, you're not it. How are you in the only spot that is not powered? Give me this. Put it there and take that away. Can't take that way. Far away from it. So far away. Oh, you already made it. Well done.
Right. Okay, that's all the stations done, I think. Wow, I actually got to the mute button before I sneezed.
Just sneeze down the mic. Who's?
I'll try.
I think he might object to that.
He's not here.
Yeah, he doesn't get to object if he's not.
That makes it even more difficult for you to
Mm.
actually do it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Probably don't need 2 belts of all of these. But
This last plastic making machine is. Oh, I was going to say it's going exactly at the speed that we're using it, but we've just stopped using it quite so fast. That's a shame. Right. Said Fred. Save a little dance for Charlie. I do feel bad about overriding 9 million copper ore, though. Like that's a big number.
Several.
Right, so we're going to think about making an ammo village. I'm wondering if we make one village per ammo. Rather, like keep them a little bit more separate to expand them, rather than obviously you're going to have one each, because you can't make two things in one set of build. Well,
If there's overlap, if there's overlap in stuff,
Hey, look.
ingredients that's required for them, then it makes sense to do a certain overlappery.
Let's is this where we get our notebooks out?
Yeah, if I'd written all of those things down that I needed for this station, I'd probably got it built more quickly and easily.
It looks like carbon steel. Oh, it's just carbon steel and plastic. There's no. Plates and ingots are on trains, did you say? Last time.
I'm just going to
no.
be bringing in ingots.
Ingots are on trains. Iron plates are also on trains, but most aren't currently. We
Okay.
probably will put everything on trains long term, but not yet.
So there's a small crossover of ingredients, and P.S. I have a shitload of carbon steel magazines in my pocket. What is this doing that for?
You're going to take them to be researched with, I suspect.
No, that's the blue ones.
Yes. Oh, okay. In that case, you're going to take them to shoot biters
Any of
with.
those. Shooting them with a minigun, a machine gun, is not actually that effective.
Use a minigun.
Yeah, so can I have a minigun? Please, sir, may I have some minigun?
Or a maxi gun.
Now they're in the box. Do you need any? No. Right. So the only common thingy is the actual ingots of carbon steel. Otherwise, we need slightly different materials.
Yeah, I suppose at the moment
Plastic.
we only need the two. We only need the white ammos. There's no point in making anything else. Oh, what does the purple one on the end require? The new one we discovered.
It needs stainless
steel. So we need copper
steel.
nickel for that. That's the copper nickel is the one thing in there that we don't have because we've got lead.
We need
we've
copper
got
nickel
stainless
for.
Stainless steel? What did I say?
I think you said stainless nickel, but
Oh, that too.
I was only half paying attention.
we need something without stains. Pick up some of these trees as well. Right, that might be enough space to start doing things. Oh, fine. Blow that up then. There we go. Okay. What are we? Oh, we're using iron chests over there. Sure, fine. Do we not have steel chests being made on the? No, we don't have steel chests being made on the. I think I need to start summoning stuff to all these stations so that I can actually see what I'm doing, and that means I'm going to need to make a lot of constant combinators, and that means I need a lot of stuff. Bloody hell, they're expensive. Why are they not easy?
Oh,
Because
request them.
Oh, I can
Place
request
the
them.
constant combinators, and I'm
Okay.
pretty sure they're. Also, they're just down there. They're not far from you.
Okay. If the bots have a fail for whatever reason, then I shall go and get them with Manuel.
They're on
Is
their
my
way.
Discord working now?
As far as I
Yes.
can tell, I can hear you.
Okay.
Does that count
Well,
as
you couldn't hear me for about 20 seconds. And then I clicked on Discord and it was reloading itself. So thanks. The lead is very sad.
Oh yes, there were problems with lead production. That's another major thing that needs to be done, and that might be the sort of Mike has been previously in charge of metals, so
It's all his fault.
So it's all his fault. No, it's because there are two ways to make these things, and there's going to need to be some sort of cunning balancing system done with them. Because you can either do water-based washing, in which case you get lots of the simple metal and a small amount of the advanced metal, or you can do sulfuric acid washing, in which case you get small amounts of the more advanced metal and absolutely tiny amounts of the basic metal. So some sort of balancing system is required.
So what's going on down here?
That needs
Polluted water.
what's the name?
design work.
sulfuric acid on train
Yes.
before that, which will be part of what comes out of this, I assume.
Well, this appears to just be suffering from the fact that there's way too much stuff.
Yes. Yes, we're not getting through the blue stuff fast enough to make enough of the yellow stuff.
That's yellow?
Whatever
Right.
colour it is, I can't tell very well. Oh, it's silvery colours. Well, I can't really tell on your stream because the quality's so low.
Well, I'm not using my stream. I'm using the map,
It says 480p.
which you can
There
do
we go.
too.
I put it up to 1080p. It should be all right now.
Oh, yay! Now I get more money. I don't know. What if I press the advert button now?
That's when
Right.
that's when I stop watching. I suppose.
Anyway,
Where are those
But we're
combinations?
really watching
of
anyway.
There they are.
um,
Um,
beep bap doo bap. So,
Do
does
we
that
have
mean that?
a byproduct of water that we're going to want used up at all?
Well, there's polluted water over here. I'm not sure
I
where
think the
that's
polluted
going.
water probably gets filtered and then recycled. So, yes, but also no.
Polluted water cleaner. Very well.
So sulfurous gas being turned into sulfur creates water.
Okay, but I think the
Pollution-
rest of the processes in that area use sufficient water that it hasn't been an issue.
Yeah. Okay.
It's making
So
sulfur.
I won't summon in water by train.
No,
The-
I don't think that's
The
necessary.
polluted water cleaner is making sulfur, which someone mentioned might be relevant in the very
Bye-bye.
process of creating the polluted water in the first place. Is that correct?
I didn't follow that.
Sorry, I got
You were saying
distracted.
lots of words.
It's creating sulfur from the
Yeah.
polluted water, but the polluted water is being made from washing tin and lead. But creating lead from tin uses sulfuric acid, which is sulfur, I assume.
Right. Yeah. It doesn't produce a lot of sulfur though. So I
No,
think
but
that's
maybe
just
it
gonna be
produces enough to at least start off another batch of just trying to get lead.
It's possible. How do you make?
Lead.
I do know that
So
the systems Mike was setting up for dealing with all that water. He needed to have He needed to have half full tanks of water and program up pumps to only load them every so often. And I think he might have been doing
Yeah.
it manually because he's a bit of a muppet sometimes.
You need iron
Hmm.
powder to make sulfuric acid.
Copper,
How did you?
copper.
How did you even figure out that you can make lead? This is saying pure lead mineral, but there's nothing in my crafting section that says
Use
how to make-
FNEI. It makes that sort of thing easier.
No, I guess that's
It's
expected.
kind of what it's there for.
Please click on that. There we go.
Green circuits.
Lead.
circuits.
Pure lead mineral. This is ore washing 1 in an ore washing plant.
Glass. Carbon steel. So many inputs.
I may be about to have a similar
Stainless steel.
crisis.
Stainless
What?
steel. It's one of the ones that looks like this sort of shape. Where is it? There we go, that one.
It keeps reloading itself. It's really annoying. I'm going to have to put it in the middle so that it's always on top. We are...
And you are...
Anyway,
red
as I
circuits.
was saying to nobody in particular,
Red.
sulfuric acid is made of sulfurous gas, which is what we're sending out into the atmosphere.
Yes, because we have too much of it, but please turn as much of that into sulfuric acid as you want to.
Which is currently none of it, as far as I can tell. Lube.
These
This,
are all-
this is outputting it. Nothing's using it.
These are
What's that doing?
turning sulfurous gas
Yes.
into sulfur.
Oh, yes, I see. Oh, yes. Very well.
It's
So over
somewhat obscured because it's underground pipes just appearing.
here, yeah,
from
and they don't get
nowhere.
they don't have an alt thing on underground pipes, just actual pipes.
No.
Well, yeah, okay. So over here we can also make use of that to make.
They do if you've got
Arcing.
two back to back, like up there. But yeah, if you
Yeah.
just got one, it doesn't show it.
Hooray! All the train. Well, 4 trains.
Right. So iron filings.
I assume that's requested, not actually arrived. Yeah.
Requested, yes. I've just
Yeah,
got,
'cause
I've
it's
got
gonna take 5
4
minutes
yellow
to-
lights have just lit up for me, so that's a good
You
start.
too. Oh,
And
look,
one,
you just
two,
crushed it.
three, four lights have not lit up. In 2 cases, it's because we don't have that thing on the bus yet. On the train network yet, rather. And the other 2
I will
cases, probably
note-
because we've run out of trains.
There's 1 train left.
Oh, okay. That should be doing stuff then.
Can they please
that
be
is
consistent
automatic.
with how they make the word sulfur? How they say the word sulfur? I don't want to know how it's made. I want to know how it's used. How do I
Right
find
click on
out
right,
uses?
left click for one,
Right
right
click.
click for the other.
Oh no, I did want make. Never mind. Just remembered I want to make it.
No, you want to be...
Sulfur and
You're just
water.
gonna be-
Aha. Okay. So I can
No,
either
it's-
use this considerable amount of sulfurous gas we've already got, or I can use the sulfur that we're outputting from here and just make it self-contained locally.
It uses iron powder as well.
It does. But that's a problem regardless.
So I'm planning on making sulfuric acid available by train, where I'm making stuff at the moment.
Vorbist.
Are you making lube available by train as well?
Yeah, I'm setting up an oil processing
Cool.
thing.
Was
Already
that
sulfurous gas as well.
Yeah, there are 2 of these that I would expect to be also work. Two more of these trains that I would expect to be working. Therefore, if there's a train sat in the depot just sitting there twiddling its proverbials. Oh no, there's only fluid trains there. Okay, that's all right then.
I think whilst you're doing that, it might be worth me trying to get more lead into the system.
Release it into the atmosphere, cause a crime wave.
So I can make sulfur and water with a chemical plant. Just give me some chemical plants.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we
And
can make all
pumpkin.
of these.
Chemical plan, chemical plan,
That looks
chemical
manageable.
plan. It's triangle plan. Brum.
That's a crusher, not an assembly machine. That's an assembly machine. So that'll make plates.
Triangle man.
That'll
It's
make
particle plan.
Plates. That'll make.
Are we there yet, Mum?
Are we where?
At the chemical plant machine. Chemical plant.
Is that where you grow chemicals? Is that where chemicals are grown?
Yes, and use a lot of watering. Nah. I love how every now and then I run around and there's a little ka-chunk of some
And that one.
really, really old machinery.
Yes. Why did they not quite reach each other? Put one in there. I don't need that one there. Put it.
What are you doing?
Could put it
Ooh,
here.
hello.
Put it here.
Taking stuff, bringing stuff.
Awesome-ish.
You can take all this away then.
Okay, put this down here. And that'll cover those. Right, so those are now going to be for this sort of stuff.
I have cupro nickel alloy mix. I feel like I should put it in a smelter and just have done with it.
So that one can do burner inserters, and that one can do yellow inserters, then that one can
Sorry.
do blue inserters, and that one can do stacky inserters, and that one can do stacky filtery inserters. I don't know what a program. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No!
Oh, long inserters. I've got long inserters. You should be long inserters.
Whew. That was
And
scary.
blue should be stacky. There we go. I'm only going to bother making the only filter inserts I'm going to bother making are the stack ones because, yeah, lazy. And that should be more than enough for anyone.
That sounds stacky.
So
let's
down
just do
here,
2
right,
of
this one's going to be making copper plates, and that means we can then here we can make gears and we can't make rods because that's made out of
water in.
copper ingots.
So I have
Is there anything other than gears? What else
an
do-
almost plan for this.
This is going to be Bernie insert. No, this is going to be clockwork motors.
That's the best sort of plan.
Check that I haven't missed anything that someone's hoping for. I'm planning on taking in crude oil, potentially silica, but probably stone, and iron ingots, and turning them into heavy oil, light oil, petroleum, sulfurous gas, lube, and sulfur.
Some of those things are sort of intermediate products, and I don't think we're actually going to want to
Yeah.
train those away necessarily.
I'll
but
have
you never know, we might want
heavy and light oil, potentially not. Actually, one of them we want for fueling for ammo.
to. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Oh,
So-
yes, that's true. Yes, whichever one we've got the most of, basically. Oh heck, burner inserters require tin. I'm not making burner inserters here.
Thought you weren't. Yeah, I thought you weren't going to make burners at all.
I had enough. I had a enough space in my pickup station, so I thought I might as well, and then now I've decided I might as well not, because no, basically. Okay, let's try that again. I don't know why I picked
Is
all
that
those
even
up.
a train for this station? Maybe.
Right, so let's look at the first. So I'm going to need to make yellow inserters en masse, because that makes it needs electric motors first, which needs iron.
You can turn the
in
burner
different
one
ways, and copper
into
as well.
blue, into a purple. Sorry.
So I can make which one's purple? Is purple just normal?
Normal
speed
filter.
Yeah, I probably won't bother with that, but maybe we will if there's a really strong demand for it. Right, so iron plates.
But it depends how much more expensive
made in
green is compared
gears.
to blue.
I think, but the point we've got to where we've got to having the ones them being made automatically, then it's probably not a big deal anymore.
It's basically double the price,
Right.
which may not matter.
Don't mind me.
Iron sticks and wisors, copper wires.
Tell me why as well.
Bring that along to there, because that's my input of one thing. That's the cogs. That's the wires. Then this is going to be the actual inserters.
Hardly never.
Wait,
I can delete
I've
this
got this wrong,
again.
I'm confused. Oh no, it does require rods as well. Okay, rods need to go both ways.
What, nay? Okie dokie.
Artichoke.
You're in the wrong place.
I can see I'm going to make some delicious spaghetti here.
Yeah, I had spaghetti. Oh my didn't.
I made a cottage pile. It's like a cottage pie, but slightly messier.
Probably be making petroleum coke available. It's used for various things.
Like powering trains, nothing else. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Actually, yes, that's a good point. There are things that do need quite a lot of petroleum coke.
Double
now I think
science.
of it. Yeah.
And then
Rocket fuel and graphite. Those are the three things.
red.
Right.
Sulfuric acid is more water, sulfuric acid, and iron powder. Very tempted to just yoink the iron from up there rather than make a train for it. So I will. Don't you try and stop me.
Okay.
Should I take my car? Or should we take the bus? I tried to avoid it, but my car is very unresponsive.
Yeah.
I think
Plastic
Tesla's done
uses
that for.
petroleum.
Okay, so that should
And
be
so does
iron
rocket fuel.
plates.
I want
Them as well.
Yeah,
Another machine.
I'll provide petroleum because it's needed for plastic and rocket fuel.
I'm just going to ask the bots to do it. Give me crusher. I'd like
So iron plates, iron rods. Iron rods coming in this
3.
way.
Give me 5.
Green circuits I haven't done yet. Motors I have done.
Not
Okay.
in logistic network. I'm not in logistic network. Not them. Why? Look,
I need to get copper in here as well.
this lag is getting longer and longer as this computer struggles more and more to do everything at once. Still haven't bought a pie.
I suspect even even Factorio would run rather slowly on a Pi.
Yes, but at least my computer wouldn't be also struggling with the actual client at the same time.
I suppose it's true.
And therefore probably killing Discord as it runs out of memory.
Reet.
Read Gradley.
I think I have made. I say I've made. I think I've put down all of the stuff required in order to make yellow inserters.
He's bring me 5 of those. For whatever reason.
It's
And
small
then-
compared to the other areas.
Well, that's
That's
only one type
the
of
first
inserter
step,
so far.
yeah.
There will be more.
And normally that's what, 2 machines or something?
Oh right, yes. Compared to vanilla,
Mm.
yes, this is a bit crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one needs to be iron.
Bots, get on with
It's
it.
wired up.
There you are. Okay, I've got those and I've got those.
Go.
Now we just need to.
I need that debugging. This one needs to be copper. That has to go there, so that I can get an underneath the
Hey,
there.
who put that there?
And this one is green circuits.
Very well.
There. An inserter there would be useful as well. No doubt. What's this? Oh, it's going on there. Right.
Door.
Window. Okay. What are you not? What are you missing? Motors and iron rods. Iron rod. Oh. There we go. Hooray! I've made an inserter.
Yay. Right, so now we're going to be making.
Right, what's next? Presumably, long-handled inserters require inserters and electric motors. Okay, so let's make them nearby as well, because we've got the motors.
Oh, there's orange inserters. I forgot about them.
But I don't need
Yellow
to
inserters,
insert
but
any
they're the
orange.
slow filter inserters.
Oh yeah. Ugh.
I'm not suggesting you make them.
Good.
Oh, this is not what we do.
You can make red insert. Oh, you need. Oh, that's convenient. I happen to have the right things and just happen to have the them in the right place. Okay, so that's red inserters. Red inserters are not a thing that's required anywhere else, so they can go straight up
No.
to here.
Yellows aren't required anymore now.
This is horribly hacky, by the way, and I really don't care. So, no judgment. So, you're going to
Blues
take
don't use
water.
yellows, and greens don't use blues.
I got the blues so
He's
bad.
ignoring me.
Lawrence,
I was
Yeah.
concentrating.
I don't think he listens in general.
No.
Pardon?
Hmm?
Right, there we go. So what you say, yes, none of the others require most of the other in between things. Yeah.
Filter blank uses blank.
Yes,
But-
but I'm not going to bother with most of those. So the next one is going to be the blue ones, which require. Oh, they don't even require yellows.
Hey, it's almost as if someone told you that.
I don't think anyone did. I'm sure.
Would that they had.
Industrial Revolution is quite different from a lot of the other packs. In Angel Bobs, for example, everything requires the previous generation of whatever it is.
Just so you're aware, having copied your constant combinator
How
for
dare you get it the wrong way around?
lube, it's set up wrong. You need to change the stack thing to not stack.
I am certain that these were the other way around just now.
The request stack threshold should be whatever it is, 150,000. Okay.
Yeah.
Provide request threshold.
This.
150,000.
Yeet, yeet. Take that away. This goes here like this.
Right. So this is going to. This is the connect to the
That up.
logistics network.
Go there.
And
Hey, you wired up your tanks. I'm nicking that.
There you
There.
go.
if less than
I don't want to use up all my wire.
400.
The mere 102 that I have in my inventory, apparently.
Connect to logistics
There we
network
go.
when yellow inserty doodlers. Insertly
Go,
doodles.
and then if you
Insertly
get
doodles, there
iron,
they
it
are.
will start
Here's less
pushing.
than
200, 300.
500.
So give me
Let's
this,
start
attach
100 as well.
that. Boink.
No,
Here
not
comes
50.
the iron doo-doo. So how fast do you go? Doesn't say. Didn't really think this through, but that's okay. I never think anything else through. I don't see where I have to start now. And then
Yeah, seems fair. Okay, so I
Oh,
now
we've
need to make
washed-
advanced motors. That's going to be the next thing. It's going to be, and that's lots of carbon steely stuff. Okay, so carbon steel and copper and lube. This copper wire should probably be put somewhere else as well, rather than just making it in a million different places. So if I put that there. Can I put some more of that? I'll probably
I
need more of
should
that,
be
to be
able
honest,
to
but for
do.
now it'll do. Right, let's make
there.
advanced motors. So that's, as I said, is lots of carbon steels. So let's see, the gear is made from the plate, but the rod is made from the ingots. So if we put the machine there,
Wise words, if ever I heard them.
thank you. So that can make the rods, that can make the plates, and that can make the cogs.
Just use this one.
And you make those motors. You make the rods.
Here comes the iron.
Here
Go.
comes the choo-choo train.
Here comes the choo-choo train. You're making a lot, actually, because you feel.
This one needs lube as well. That's going to be fun. Cogs are going to need to go along there and then in there. That.
It's still stunning how quickly a fluid train unloads.
Yeah, especially compared to all of the other ones at the moment.
Ooh,
Yeah.
What? No, that's the wrong way around. Why is there no carbon steel here? I ordered some carbon steel. That's stainless steel. Wait, what?
Hey,
That's
what?
carbon steel.
Uh-oh.
Connected there. Yeah, so this should be carbon steel. Why is this not carbon steely? Oh, it's not connected to the station, that's why. Fair enough. Can't complain too much about
There's
that.
always a why.
That's asking for stainless steel. That should be getting some. Maybe I've not set those up correctly. Let's have a look.
Are you making it or what? There we go. You got any?
So that's the carbon steel, that's
You
the
have.
stainless steel. Ah,
Why are you not putting that in there? Bring me this.
Tristan,
Hello.
while you're over there, could you kindly do the needful, please?
Depends what the needful is.
If you just nip over to that station, that big bank of stations to your left, and wire up the stainless steel output and the carbon steel output stations are not linked to their combinators. Could you make it so, please? Here and here.
Oh right, then
Hold on a cotton picking minute.
I might be able to do that by copying and pasting from somewhere else, but I'd probably
mess it up.
Can
mess
you
it
research
up.
that maybe?
What's that?
Why is research not going?
Oh, ore washing.
Because we don't have any purple science.
We can't do any of the stuff I just built.
Technically, we do have some purple science. Oh,
We don't have any at the research place.
Yeah.
I
We
looked
can't do
earlier and then
any of
saw
what
that
I
it was
just
being
built.
made.
There's 783 in the chests, and it has stopped, and production has stalled because presumably there's a lack of big motors. Oh, because we've run out of lube. That's the problem.
We can't make any lead because we can't do any science to make ore washing 2 because the tin is full because we don't need it.
Yeah.
Is there a method by which you can just force things to go round and round and round and pull off stuff that you actually want?
Yes, but you end up filling up chests very quickly with stuff you don't really want, like the lead in this case.
It's not really going round and round and round.
Tin, yes.
Well, the problem is you got to have space for it to go round and round in.
It's going to get immediately full by the...
Yeah. The sheer amount of tin that's coming off there.
Yeah, all that'll happen is these lines will have no lead on them anymore.
Yeah. And there's not much lead there.
Everything stopped because we don't have
You say everything.
this ore washing. Well, we're about to run out of ammunition if we can't make more lead.
Running out of ammunition would be quite unfortunate. We don't really want to do that if we can avoid it.
I'd rather avoid it myself.
Hmm.
Right, so why is purple science not going? This is standard Factorio. Don't fret. As far as I can tell, this is how it always works.
Yeah, pretty much, yes.
Pretty
Although
much.
the byproducts thing is a bit different in this. You don't really get so much. With there's possibly oil byproducts in vanilla, but not so.
Well, I'm more just saying there's always a why is this broken? Why is this broken? Why is
Oh
this
yeah,
broken?
very much so. Yes.
And we're currently on purple science.
Why is this
so-
broken?
Always a problem waiting in the wings.
If you see a sailing ship, it might be your last. I just thought that was a threat. Right, what are you waiting for? All right, that's hence the lube mentioning. What's lube needing?
Tristan.
Yeah, basically.
What's Tristan doing?
I dread to ask.
Yeah. that's
Just ring out a Tristan and see what comes out of it.
You.
Where's silica? Search.
Carbon steel
Okay.
rod. Wire loop.
I
Okay, so
think
that
that's
is
over where the stone goes.
all set up.
Russia.
That's some very early tech is silica.
That's. I don't want to find silica. I want to make silica. Find out how to make it.
Plate.
Are we not doing that here? Is that not what this is?
Not in large enough quantities. I'm going to get. Well,
Yes, this was one thingy to make a bit of landfill and some walls. I didn't.
yeah, that's on the bus though.
One thingy to rule them all.
I want silica here, so I'm going to summon stone.
Plates
and-
are coming across. Rods are right next to it. Motors are on this thing. Green circuits are down here.
Okay, so well, if you're
Okay, let's bring that along here.
I don't really feel like there's much I can do until we fix the lead problem. So, is there anything I can do?
What's the
Explode
I need
some
red
stuff?
circuits to be made in quantity.
Another.
Which thing does that rely on that we don't have?
All of them, probably. I don't know.
I'd like this to give me a tree now, please.
Would be useful.
Hmm.
What you do
Oh.
is in advance you say to Laurence, "I'm going to need a tree thing for this."
It's bad enough
Can you
making
make
those
it?
for space exploration. I don't plan to start making them for other games, other runs as well.
That needs silica as well.
What, trees
Silica's
need
fine.
Yeah, but we're
So-
getting to the point where we might need a place just to make a shitload of silica that we can summon.
No, you get stone in and
Summon in stone and then
And
split it yourself,
carbon.
you lazy
Well, I
sod.
need carbon this time.
twice. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Carbon.
Al, if you look down here, you'll
look
see
down there.
everything you need, essentially. Because that's making it on the bus.
Laurence, I made red circuits. They're on the bus. They are as well. Look, they're not even. They're backed up. What more could you possibly want?
I want them to come in by train, and I'll probably want larger quantities than are currently being made on the bus.
Choo choo.
Nom nom nom.
Okay, so we're inputting. Let's look at the inputs. What's this shit? Gold, maybe?
Yeah, that looks like gold to me. It's kind of yellow.
It's in funny shapes. Ingots of gold are a funny shape, apparently.
Yeah, there's 3 different shapes of ingot, it turns out.
Plastic, silica, well, stone and charcoal, carbon, and then iron. I really, literally do need to write that down.
Yeah, it does help.
Can I add? Yeah, there's notes here. Look. So
yeah,
Red
but you
Circuit
need them
Village.
somewhere else, because those notes are the one that when you close that window, you'll want to be able to close that window, so you do kind of need to write it down on a piece of paper. I just gestured to your the thing on your stream with my mouse, which nobody can see. So apart from
Hopefully, this will
it's
not
kind of
crash
useless.
anything because I'm using the task tool in a way that I'm expecting it to work.
Optimism.
Right, so it was gold, plastic, stone, carbon.
I'm not actually making the yellow inserters all that quickly now I look at this.
Gold, plastic, carbon, stone. That's all we need.
We're not going to be using them all that quickly, though, so it's probably fine.
Yeah, that's true. But by the same token, I'm probably not going to be making the any of the other inserters particularly quickly. I might need to just double what I'm doing along here, or stretch it and put in more machines in convenient places and stuff.
Look
like
what
that.
you can do, Laurence.
This probably isn't going to do. Oh, well, that'll actually stay open when you do things like opening up your inventory and other stuff.
I pressed escape to get rid of the map and it went away.
Yeah. It used to stay, but then it changed in an update to match other things. It is
You can
actually
export.
quite unhelpful.
Yes. Right. So that's got us up to that's me done up to blue inserters. So next up is green inserters,
Give me my car back.
which is the one that requires those red circuits I was asking for.
If I press N, doesn't matter.
Oh, oops.
Maybe I
I've
can.
done it
Are we
wrong.
ending the bus? Is the bus ending?
Basically.
Kind of.
Can we use this space? Is this a bad space?
That's a sort of the bus may extend a bit further as we want to build sort of more advanced buildings, but basically we're trying to move things off the bus as much as we realistically can.
Yeah.
Essentially, it's you either build in that corner or up in this corner.
Yeah, I thought I might choose Plan B. Option D.
It's safer.
Oh,
long
fuck me. Give me my to-do list back. Bastard.
I suppose depending on how much space you need, you could potentially build up there, but that's probably going to be encroaching into the sea. I can't remember what you're making. Oh, red circuits. Yeah, you probably want a bit more
Yeah,
space.
red circuits, you probably want a fair amount of space. Notice how my area that's building the green circuits here is trying to build them at a significantly higher rate than the one that was on the bus.
Yes, and also they're sideways.
That's optional.
I don't like bleep bloop. I do not like bleep bloop. Laurence, bleep bloop.
Where is it? Oh, up there. Yeah. They're getting away again. It turns out.
Look at the size of that bloody thing.
They just didn't
You're
like.
gonna have troubles with the bots, with the biters if you don't do it careful.
Oh.
Well, I suppose the first thing I'll do is just copy paste somebody else's thing. Laurence, I'm stealing your entire design here.
Cool. That's good. I mean, that's what it's there for. That's the sort of the point. Although Tristan says turn it into a blueprint first, otherwise he has a sad about the station names.
Well,
yeah.
I don't.
Depends how much you care about Tristan having a sad, I suppose. Really.
Depends how much you care about
the
the thing you put down being deleted afterwards.
I don't want the station names
Yeah, so what if you copy it as a blueprint, so hold shift while you're copying, then you'll get a blueprint and there's a tick box to say
Sleep
keep
blueprint.
station names.
I
And
thought you didn't get station names by default if you don't use
Why
it.
do I not have
You
my
have to
files?
use a blueprint to get them.
No. If you just copy, it will keep the station names.
Rubbish.
Pipes.
Normally actually
Absolutely
helpful. but-
unacceptable. Do you know what? I didn't want to do that. I wanted to copy the bit of track that is next to it as well.
Where am I? Oh, I'm here.
Your thing's too close to each other.
I think in hindsight, actually, I should just be churning out.
Hindsight is 50-50.
Yeah, I should just be churning out advanced motors at a rate in here rather than then doing all the rest of the shenaniganery somewhere else. Probably.
Use the
So
blue
what, everybody?
and what's the name?
Yeah, and I think they're going
shit.
to. If I only have one machine making them, I suspect they're going to be a bottleneck.
Probably.
Cool, Nick. Can I also do maybe
Little knock.
this? That doesn't seem smart, but I'm doing it anyway. Moving on. Run as fast as you can. You can't run. Child catches hands.
You're a
We're
monster.
there yet. He's an ogre. There's an onion. Thank you for taking a thing that I didn't know I had. Good bot. Are you just extending that network all the way?
Yeah. It means blueprints you place will get built eventually.
Yeah.
It's slower than building stuff yourself, but
Actually,
easier.
rods.
If I'm breaking new ground, there isn't a network anyway. Although I do kind of want them to bring stuff, I suppose.
So that'll go
The network goes up to about here-ish, so yeah, you can join
Yeah.
it in relatively easily.
I might just go there and do it myself. Don't you run me over. You've already run me over.
Also, if you extend it, you can actually include this stuff in the thing, and then whatever this is making will actually get made on the other side of the belt as well.
Can I have my robo towers, please? 2 pints of beer a day, naturally not. Who keeps putting belts where the robo towers go?
Right, is that?
Oh, I'd have just placed it slightly closer to the previous one.
No, it's got to be equal and
Opposite.
oh, I have to place it closer. Ah, yes. Yeah, explode stuff. You little shitbags. Now they're all waiting for each other to deal with the trees. It's okay. The cavalry is on the way. That was amazing. They're all going, help me, I'm stuck. I cannot do this. And then the other bots from the network are like, we're here. The government robots are here.
Ba, 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 ba.
Yes, something like that.
I think a small fleet of bots has just flown over me. I think they might be heading your way.
Ooh, that's an interesting route for some of them to be taking up there.
When you say interesting, do you mean through biter territory?
No, not quite, because you might cleared up that way.
Can't stop here. This is biter territory. Oh, up there.
Pretty sure you're not supposed to say that in such a Welsh accent. That's okay.
Are you criticising my accent?
It's not racist. You limey bastard. What if I just delete all these trees because they're a fucking menace? There you go.
Just like spider.
Pollution smolution, right?
Yeah, it's not like I've been working at removing pollution.
Well, not here because the trees aren't dead. So you didn't need to. So I wouldn't worry about it. Which means we can get rid of the trees. It's fine. Now, where's the fall train? It's far away. You are. Come to me. Let's just give you empty cargo.
What? Do you not need? Oh, I thought they needed green circuits.
Look at these sluggish bots. What are you doing? Now we just need a mechanism by which bots can see the contents of a train when the train is close enough to the network.
Yeah, there
There
are
are
also
mods
times
for
when I
that.
thought it'd be very nice to have bots take stuff out of trains automatically. But
Did Tristan just say there are mods for that?
almost certainly.
Yeah, there's mods for everything.
It is known.
Yeah, not wrong.
I do feel that's going a little far, though.
Bit too lazy.
Lazy. So many fucking flying creatures around these days. It is the frickin' season, am I right? Fellow
Brits.
gamers?
Haven't noticed too many of them yet this evening, but yeah, previous. I think someone on the chat mocked me last week for grumbling about a moth flying around, saying, I think he was from I don't know, somewhere weird and exotic like South Africa, or as far as I can tell, it's basically like Factorio is a documentary as far as they're concerned. There are enormous insects wandering around all over the place all the time, and if you're lucky, they'll only bite your radars.
I'll bite your radars. Please put this here. The bots do be doing.
Dooby dooby doo. Dooby dooby done.
I'm very much stuck in this tree network. What do we call it? Forest.
Tree network. Yes. Yes, one of those. Right.
Show me the connection just
no,
because
don't
it's not
feed them
powered.
Don't, idiot, don't do that. That's wrong.
Well, don't do it then.
Do it differently. Do it better so it'll actually work.
Just because the network's not powered doesn't mean I don't want to see it.
I don't make blue inserts.
Yeah, that's a little annoying.
Carbon steel plate, carbon steel rod.
Is there a mod for that? Who's recovering whose
Mods
rod?
are good.
Don't think I copy pasted any. Bot. Oh no, there's a bot. Okay, never mind. You go away. Where are you?
Nah. It fits. I'm amazed. That's what she said.
Please, first of all, let me out of this fucking forest. It's like that Asterix in Corsica. Jesus Christ. And just put down these frickin'... Just place it, okay? Stop wasting everybody's time.
And
Are you down?
blue inserter.
Yes. Now you've got power up there. Am I ruining the power by any chance?
I haven't
What are we doing on
noticed
power?
it being ruined, but probably.
There are more than 2/3, I'd say, satisfaction. Well, it says 200 out of 300. But that's almost exactly 2/3, 230 out of 360.
Pretty close, yeah. I'll allow it.
Now, where are these bots going? And how are they getting so far before they run out of power? It's amazing.
I've upgraded the speed a few times.
Bot speed upgrades are rather handy. Oh, I need to get those green circuits up there. But
I don't know if I actually need this many. How many did I say I needed? Gold, plastic, stone, carbon. So that's 1, 2, 3,
ooh, here's a dirty
4.
way of doing it.
So let's get rid of
You're
all of
worried.
this.
No,
Oops.
never be worried. Well, by me or by Al.
I was meaning you, because you just said, "Oh, here's a dirty way of doing it."
No, it's a perfectly acceptable dirty way of doing it. It's a good sort of dirty, the one that makes you what, but will actually work perfectly well.
Dirty.
Dirty.
Right, please get rid of all this crap.
Nope, stop.
Yoink, yoink, yoink. In fact, turn your own robots off because they're probably just interfering at this point. Send it. Send it. Nobody needs these. Go away. Sometimes cliff explosives do a huge amount of
Bloody
good
hell,
work.
there's a lot of bots flying around.
Sometimes they do fuck all.
Just looked at the map, zoomed out, and went, wow. I think they have a certain radius that they'll blow everything up in, so you can actually be slightly more efficient
Yeah.
with them by aiming for the middle of a chunk of, by getting your radius estimates right. I was going to ask how you're getting on
you
with
go
that
right in the
loop,
middle.
but I've just had a look and it's sort of. I see you're still in the early preparatory stages of.
Yeah, I've been thinking basically and working out, making sure I know exactly what I need and all of that.
All right, I shall leave this as is and just assume it's all going to work nicely and carry on building.
Yeah.
There's a tin ore patch here. Now, if Tristan is correct in the way it works, then using sulfuric acid to attack tin will produce, as far as I understood, a lot of
No.
lead and not very much tin.
That is not what I've said.
It was me.
What
who
did
I
you
have not
say?
said anything like that.
Who are you telling me?
Mining it is exactly the same.
No. When you wash it, crush and wash it in sulfuric acid, you don't get much tin, but you get the same amount of lead but no tin, basically. Is that what we're saying?
You get the same amount of lead and very little tin. If you take a look at the numbers, it goes from being loads and loads of tin and a little bit of lead to being a tiny amount of tin and a little bit of lead.
It's 25% tin and 50% lead versus 1 to 200% tin, 25% lead.
Yeah, there you go.
So what I was thinking is, since there's tin right here, what if we just dedicated a tin mine to turning into lead?
I think a better thing to do would be to find the point where the tin is already being tinned and leaded, which I think is down here.
Yeah, that's over there.
And then we'd have another bank of washing machines in, and you'd have some sort of clever circuitry-based decisions that tells which one to turn. So if there's a shortage of tin, you turn on the one that produces more tin. If there's a shortage of lead, you turn on the one that produces more
That sounds
lead.
terrible. When you could just have two, or one for each.
The other option is you have two completely independent factories that produce both, and you set up the LTN priorities on their stations.
Yeah,
And it
because
basically
this
does all of that for you, except it uses twice the power.
Because the one we've got
that'd
here
be
is
fine.
only putting lead straight onto the bus, and it's not even doing that because it's backed up.
And what
So
you
if
need,
the
what
other
you need
one-
to do is basically making it a copy and paste of that entire system and find somewhere to
Yeah.
put it, and then go in and reprogram the washers to do the sulfuric acid washing instead of the water washing. So,
Yeah,
I mean, that
but
actually
also it's the
makes-
wrong ratio now.
It possibly. I don't know how careful Mike was being.
Oh,
with
it's 2.
ratios.
It's 1 to 2, isn't it? So this is actually the wrong ratio already. So never mind. But the crusty bit can stay the same.
Yeah, you could probably leave it all the same and then go in and worry about ratios afterwards. To be honest,
Yeah.
there are
I've
lots
just
of
seen
there
pots
a better
charging.
tin?
station.
Yeah, let's put in some more bot pots.
Well, actually, now I think about it, we've got such an influx of tin. Anyway, we don't even need another mine, do we? What am I talking about? Just use that.
Yeah, you don't need another
Yeah.
mine. You just need another LTN station to deal with it.
It's now called tin smeltery, but of course, it's not tin smeltery. It's going to be tin drop off because semantics are important.
Yeah. Okay.
Look at these dudes.
Green doodly whatsits.
Pure green.
Advanced motors again. So that's
What are
why
you
I've got
waiting
that
for?
split door there.
No, you're not Why? What? Did someone send this? Who's this? What is it? It's an iron train.
Is it a train?
Have you failed at listening?
No, look at the names of these stations.
Yeah, but are your
Ralph
are
Fox
the,
Your
Natriot.
LTN stations they're all set up as LTN.
you need to delete
things.
the combinators as well, or there'll be crises.
There's combinators?
That's how LTN works. It uses combinators to say what it needs to summon.
Right, so there's nothing to do with station names.
No, the station names are a different reason. I forget.
Both.
No one mentioned the combinators. Just the station names. I very, very
Well,
much
I
went,
will be nice and take that train off your hands because I do
Close.
actually need.
Need to do some
iron.
ironing.
I suppose we can pick these up as well. Oh look. Another influx of carbon steel
What
magazines.
is the shortage? Yeah, it's the
That's
motors.
my
Of course, it's the motors.
favourite.
Stupid bloody motors.
I love Carbon Steel magazine. I get it every month.
I shouldn't laugh. It'll only encourage him.
Mm.
And yet, you do.
And yet,
And still they laugh.
because there's that or cry.
You can do both, you know. Well, I'll just use my bots. Here we go.
I want the Shift C thing back, but it crashed the server, so I'm not gonna. I guess I can't have it.
I'm not quite sure why. Maybe
No.
it's
There's
a
probably
139
one very specific thing with it crashes the server, and we haven't looked into what.
Hmm.
Yeah, I didn't really give it much time. What are you not connected to? I can see you're connected. Why are you lying to me about being connected? Are you real? You're real.
Are you real?
You're real. You've got power. Large wooden pole. You've got power. You're real. Is one of these not real? This is real. This is real. You've got power. Oh, now you've got power. No, what? That one's not real. There we go.
I feel like Al's been having a mental crisis.
Factorio be like that.
I feel like Al's been having a mental crisis for many, many years.
It's gaslighting me, this game.
What do these need? So they do need these iron plates from down here. This is ugly.
UGLY. You ain't got no alibi. You're ugly.
No, you.
No, you. On the way to. They're putting all that effort in to bring me 2 belts. I mean, I appreciate it, but can we just say approximately and have done? Right, so now that I've deleted those combinators.
I spent
need
so
to
much
put them
time
back.
in the last run through when we were doing the vanilla playthrough, trying to convince you that to not demand precise numbers of absolutely everything from your bots, and you hated the idea.
It's not that I need precise numbers. It's that there's no point bringing me 2 when I've got 598 and I've asked for 600. It's fine.
Yeah, you,
Especially if
you
it's that far
you were
away.
obsessed with
One
setting.
hysteresis.
Yeah, but Al was obsessed with setting both a minimum and maximum and having them in exactly the same at the time. I think he stopped doing that now, thankfully. So he always wanted to
that was
have
because
no,
I kept running out of
his
inventory
thing. No, he
space.
hasn't.
the ones across the top are defaults though, and at least they're set at different numbers.
Yeah, and the ones that I only want, I basically want 1 stack of certain things. Or 2 stacks of certain. Yeah, most of these are just set to 1 stack.
There is an element of you don't want to go over a full stack.
But then maybe you should
yeah.
only be ordering half a stack.
But they'll take them away again if I have more than this.
The
I've
flip
taken
side, it doesn't make a difference though, surely, for what you're complaining about, because it
Oh no,
it
no,
just
it makes a
means
difference
a
at a
bot
different-
turns
for a
up
different thing.
that's only carrying 1 rather than carrying 2.
No, a bot turns up carrying 2 because they don't understand carrying less than the travelling.
No, they do.
Yeah, they'll only give me 2. It said on the way was 2, but there's no point because you're miles away and I don't want it.
If you don't
want
want
it
it,
in
you should
general.
be requesting it.
I want it in general terms, but not that much. Come on.
Turn off your personal logistics.
I could have done that. Well, it's arrived now, so it's all finished.
I think I agree with Ben.
Stainless steel ingots. I don't know when I got those. I didn't even know we were making them, but that's good because we can start making
Rods
chew.
and
Ben says butts.
rods and plates and rods and plates and rods and plates and rods and plates. And don't need. Why are the cogs
And
full?
then expand on butts.
It's a very personal question.
Shouldn't have brought it up. Combinators? Combinator. Oh, combinator. Right. What are you connected to?
I'll run out of these things.
Station. That's fair. I couldn't even tell that there was a station there.
I think YouTube allows you to rename yourself, which is why I appear as Laurence Plays rather than anything else. But I think you have to sort of set it. It has to be your universal nickname. You can't have different nicknames per chat you join in with or stuff like that. And eventually I'll learn who's who anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Right. Why are you a pickup station? Ah, I copied stations. I didn't even realise.
Oh,
I blame Laurence entirely for not telling me what I was copying.
So,
Right. In that case,
so, Al, you realise you requested another train because you haven't.
2 of everything.
what? How?
4 of
There's a
everything.
train sitting here.
What's it doing? That's because you didn't. What?
Laundry?
Chromium equals 0.
Yeah, stay
But
there until
It's trying.
to
It's trying to
deliver
deliver chromium to you.
Why?
Because you've ordered it, presumably.
Yeah.
Probably
How?
not deliberately by the sounds of it, but you have probably ordered some chromium.
Laurence,
did I
where
do
do you want chromium? Because he's presumably copied your station.
Presumably, it would be for the metal processing facility over here.
Chromium drop for exotic steels. There we go.
That'd be the one. I
Off you
wouldn't
go.
like to say whether there's room for an entire. Oh, it looks like there probably is room
There'll
for a
be-
train to dump.
There'll
there.
be room for a train in the station.
But the station
Yes.
itself does not say anything. The only thing that would bring it is the combinator, no?
Yes, the combinator will. So the station
Combinator,
name
combinator,
doesn't actually matter for it bringing stuff.
Yeah.
It's just there so that we can tell what it's doing.
Oh, it's probably from before.
I have.
It was probably waiting behind the iron train and nobody noticed.
Essentially.
Yeah, let's call it that. Because all these combinators aren't even hooked up. It's more important that I delete this mess that I've made.
I know what you mean. I have also made a mess. There we go. Let's do that.
Don't use your own bots. Woohoo! Look at them go. I like it when they come in at an angle. Excuse me?
And I can do this. Oh, this is getting terribly spaghetti.
How spaghetti?
There.
Just delete this. Fuck it, go away. What's all this shit? I'm deleting trees now. Well, whatever.
Oh, you do need those motors as well.
Flat. I always set limits like 45 to 50, therefore the extras brought by bots have space and they don't have to carry it back. So they bring lots, give me 2, and then go back with the rest and waste time. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
I thought they
Have
didn't
bots
do that.
considered not being stupid?
I thought mine, in space exploration at least, were turning up with the right number if I was requesting less than a full bot carrying capacity.
I don't think so. I think you might be wrong.
Optimisticing?
I was going to say delusional, but that seemed a bit harsh.
We'll save that for when Mike's back. Ooh.
Such a mess.
Lollipop, lollipop, ooh, lollipop. Please put
Okay,
this.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna set my logistics thing as wanting one charged battery to turn up.
What the hell happened?
Is it?
That
Yeah, that works. It says
Right.
two on. It says two on the way until a bot gets to the chest it's in, and then it switches down to one. So that bot is carrying a single charged battery.
okay.
Maybe it's carrying
Then why
multiple.
do I always seem to end up with 101 of various random things?
Because you don't have the upper limit set.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Okay. All right. That is
I-
a
I'm-
difference rather.
Yes, I'm talking about when you have the upper limit set as the same as the lower limit.
Okay. What were you sad about?
So what
Those.
about?
Ah, yes, I remember. I was going to make some more horrible
get back
spaghetti down here. Like that.
Pescetti. I don't want this. Where are all the good bots? Come on, bots. There we go. Look at them. That's better. Yeah. So Mark's saying that because the one that you're talking about, Tristan, it might have multiple in it. It's just it's not telling you.
I mean, it's
So
possible.
what might happen is that it goes back with the rest, which is what Mark is saying is happening.
It's technically possible, but I think it would be telling me because it
Yeah,
was telling me before the bot got to the chest to pick it up because it said 2 initially.
Because what
Then
I
the
would
bot-
expect, what I would expect to happen based on my understanding of bots being dumb, is if you want one thing, the bot will come out carrying 2 things or 5 things or whatever it can carry. It will give them all to you, and they'll go, oh, and then you will immediately put those in your trash slot. So the bot will go, oh, hey, some stuff to take away. So it'll grab them and take them away again.
Yeah.
So that's essentially,
No.
effectively 2 processes. So if you had,
Okay, I will actively watch the bot arrive this time.
see if it goes away with anything in its inventory.
Oh, I have to turn off my logistics slots first because otherwise it just gives the battery back to me straight away. Right, on the way 2, then 1,
Please leave.
and now I look for a white square approaching me. It'll be this one.
And you can tell if
the
it
bot's
goes in-
here that I can't mouse over. We really want to know if we can get Al to pause the game.
Cogs. Cogs.
You can pause it.
No, I can't. Not while looking at this bot. No, I don't. Mousing over doesn't seem to tell me what it's carrying.
So that carried some stuff. Those are carrying things. Those carried belts back to this chest.
So there's a bot approaching me now, just approaching,
Where are you?
going over Lawrence's factory or train stations,
No, don't do that. That's a bad idea. It's a bad idea.
and it's turned around to recharge.
We're all watching with bated breath.
There it comes, holding a battery, no longer holding any batteries, and going straight into that robo tower.
Hooray!
Okay.
They fixed it
All right.
or something. You're not being taken away because you're not in a bloody network anymore, are you? You assholes.
No, I do want some bots.
No, you
Oh,
are.
loads of
Okay,
bots.
stop being stupid then, you fucking.
Now, once again, I have a single one turning up because I used up a charge.
How do I have quite so many robots?
You've got all mics probably.
All the robots, all the time.
If
I
he
got
died
some,
while
but-
they were out,
Oh, maybe. I got some by picking up some roboports, which is fair enough, but I seem to have more than I expected from that.
Yeah, I've got a lot just from doing that. Let's put some back. You know, you've got to give back to the system. I have got 103 robots, which is more than I needed.
Yeah, there's no point in having more than about 50, I don't think. So yeah.
Ooh, which is great because there were 7 in that thingy, so I just put them all in, and now I've got 10.
yeah, I've got. I
There's
keep a
too
full
many
stack.
robots over here. Go away. Logistic robots, not necessary. Be gone.
Want some
Lamp.
sewing
I
machines,
assume you're both aware that
logistics.
you should either have bots pinned or
Oh, yeah, that's a
have
good idea.
more than your thingy supports,
What?
because that way they can't go and collect a bunch of stuff and then you end up with a full inventory and the bots can't come in and land.
How do you pin? What are you talking about?
Middle
click,
click,
on
I
them.
think.
I've got some logistics
Yeah.
bots as well. Goodness sake.
Ooh. So that
There we go.
forces that slot to be the
Yeah.
Yeah.
bot slot. Ooh.
Inevitably,
That's-
some random spot in the middle of your inventory.
I just specifically defined the one in the bottom left corner of my inventory and then put them there.
You should do that when you're not wearing armor.
Oh, I suppose that makes sense. Oh well, never mind. Don't care. Might care later. When it all goes horribly, horribly wrong.
Horribly wrong.
Oblong. Advanced motors. So I've already
Oblong?
building advanced motors.
Eldritch.
So I just need stainless steel plates and stainless steel rods, both of which are made directly from stainless steel ingots, so that's fairly easy.
Fuck off, red tree. It's
What do we say to a
fine.
nice cup of tea?
Yes. What?
It's a Father Ted reference. You're clearly not a patron of the classics.
A Patreon. I didn't have Patreon back then.
I probably have had those logistics bots cluttering up my inventory for a long time. I've ended up with, in this particular mod pack, I seem to end up with a lot of junk in my inventory just because there's so many of these damn intermediate things that just accumulate and I never get around to getting rid of them. Especially now that we've had to disable the even distribution mod because it causes the server to crash for unknown reasons, which is very unhelpful.
Is it antisocial for me to use space outside of sort of the width of these stations?
No. I mean, sort of, but meh.
I did a
If it's
did a thing at one point where I I think it was my Angel Bob's run actually, where I tried to just keep things in line inside the space of the stations, but it doesn't actually matter as long as you don't. Yeah, because then whoever's going to do anything else is going to come along later than you anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I just made that carbon steel, not stainless steel.
you kind of want to be using up an approximate rectangle.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But I'm guessing I'm thinking maybe I just don't worry about it and make that rectangle a little bit wider.
As an example, where was it? So here, Laurence has gone out sideways, but it's roughly rectangular.
Yeah, but he kind of had to, didn't he?
Yeah,
Rather than trying to make a
water
tall
was in
thing.
the way.
But I'm going to go out sideways here because there's too many stations.
Oh, I need an output station. I just realised that I am actually making something. Good remindering. Ooh, lolly, 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 lollipop. Ba-bum, bum.
Are you just producing random noises now, Al? You've given up on.
There was an advert that keeps getting in my head. I mean, it's a real song. I only know it because of the advert that keeps getting in my head.
I'm not familiar with this advert of which you speak.
The concept of advertising.
Pretty much. Well, I'm unmonetized, so I didn't know adverts. Yes.
It is forbidden.
Yeah.
Oh, the oil
Hello?
refinery only has a single recipe.
Oil.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's oil and water to heavy, light, and sulfurous gas.
Oh, like available to it.
Yeah.
Not just that particular one. Interesting. Very interesting. Can you stop fucking about? There we go.
What do you? Oh wait. You
There's-
do it?
Advanced oil processing. We haven't researched it yet, but it's made in oil refinery.
Well, that's why it's not showing up.
No, it's not that it's not showing up. It's that I can't. There's no setting the recipe. It was hard coded.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Huh.
Oh no, there's no research for it. That's it's in in FNEI, but you can't actually research it. So there's no research thing required for it.
My brain heard the words, but did not make.
Yeah, I had a little bit of that as well.
So it says we haven't researched it yet, but where it puts what research you need to do, that area is just blank.
Okay.
So it's an unavailable technology that we don't have the ability to research.
It's
ever.
beyond the ken of mortal man.
Yeah, that.
Well, that's Ken for you.
Things what man was not meant to wot of.
What?
Exactly.
If I land, I've fucking done it wrong. Look at that. Get rid of all this shit. Go away. Paste that again and get it in the right place.
Spread out further than I expected.
That's an
But it's
output
got-
stage.
Got up to the water though.
Are you
and that's
hyperventilating in rage?
Yes,
Okay.
because your stations are haphazard and obnoxious.
They are a bit crammed together, I admit.
They're not in any logical order. You got your output stations in the middle of your input stations.
Oh, yeah, that's probably because what I was planning to do there expanded a little bit. That's usually why that sort of thing happens.
It's uncouth.
Yeah, couth is not my strong point.
It's couthant. I should probably make sure I've got. Might be the only rail signal I haven't put down actually, because I copied the rest. Cargo colting for
How are
fun and
those
profit.
red circuits coming on?
This is them.
Cool, they're done. Awesome.
The station's nearly ready.
Right.
These things take time. You require patience.
Take your time, think a lot, think of everything you've got. See, there's a song for every occasion, and I wish you'd stop bringing up those occasions.
This is like
Let me
relevant
stop.
XKCD.
Yeah.
Right, so we need to make sensors here. Censorship.
1, 2, 3.
I've been playing enough Psychonauts that I just think of the sensors in that now.
I haven't played Psychonauts for ages.
Psychonauts 2's just come out. I say just.
I've just started playing Ukulele, which is the spiritual successor to Banjo Kazooie of all things.
I can see
I'm
how,
sure
I can
you've
see
heard
how
of.
where they got the name from, yes.
It's brilliant, but only because I played Banjo Kazooie.
Oh, one of
If I played
those.
Banjo Kazooie, it'd probably be terrible. But it's a very childish game, so that kind of makes some sense to me. I don't need this because it's a station with nothing on it.
Basically, it's
there's
the sort of game that's made entirely for people to be nostalgic about, rather than to actually enjoy.
Well, I expect it would be pretty good if you were 14,
Oh, I
just
see.
like Banjo Kazooie was.
Oh, fair enough.
But I wouldn't enjoy. Well, actually, it's just a fun game, to be fair. Unassuming, simple.
What else do these need? Glass and thermionic tubes. Bloody hell.
Firm ionic tubes.
Thermo-ionic.
Thermo-ionic tubes.
I think so. No, just
Thermo-ionic.
thermionic. Sorry, I take it back. Thermionic.
Yes, that's what I hoped for. How many numbers are you putting in your requester stations for these?
Hands on the thing.
I'm probably getting
Well,
it wrong all over the shop.
Isn't there there's the same number of chests on each station? Wouldn't it be the
Yeah, but-
same?
A stack is a different amount. So you should be requesting
Not wrong.
480 stacks.
As much as he's not, as much as I hate to admit it, he is correct about the stack size thing. Tell me about gold then, game. Gold.
Always believe in your gold.
Remember. Do you know what's better? No, don't do that. Request some gold and see what it suggests.
100.
100. And then what else am I doing? Oh, I've got a to-do list that'll tell me. Plastic, stone, and carbon.
You want 50k gold, and that gives you a multiplier.
What did I just press?
trying to work that out for years.
L, logistic networks. Oh, I see. It's like using Vim. Ah.
Yeah.
If you didn't do the thing up front, then all the buttons do something completely different, and you don't know where you are anymore.
I can't entirely disagree.
One of the
Stone.
logistic network has 2 characters in it.
Two characters.
Say what?
Yes. 2 of us are standing in
Oh,
the
right,
logistic
that sort of
network.
character.
Suspicious ones.
Yes.
It's like a stack of 100 for stone.
Wires. Thermionic tube. Tube.
And then
Glass.
gold, plastic, stone, and carbon.
Copper.
Carbon is also 100. Right, so what number did you say, Tristan? 180,000 for
Yeah.
48,000 for
50k.
hundreds. Hey, 50k.
Right, I think I've finished the inserter factory.
That's the maximum number. That should be negative, right?
You can type in numbers.
Yeah.
And it should also be negative, yes.
Ah. Gold. Where's my... How do I get the station? There we go.
So, Al, the issue you might be about to have is I don't think gold is...
No, we're going to have to do that as well.
Apparently. Yeah, it's just... It goes... Mike put it straight onto the bus.
Well,
Because
Mike
it was relatively
is a
early game.
tosser. Well, we've got a lot of things like that to do. Carbon is also 1,000.
In that, I'll go and make a gold pickup station because I've just finished. I think I've finished doing the inserter construction. I've probably made lots and lots of big juicy mistakes. I certainly haven't fished past this in where it's.
But yeah, you didn't want to do any combat.
I haven't put the stainless steel in where it belongs, which is here. There we go.
Did Stone say it was 50? I can't remember. No, Stone is 100 as well.
That must be the red circuits. They need to go in somewhere as well. Where do they go? It's up here somewhere. Was it these? No, was it these ones? Yes. This belt. Like this, I suppose.
And then this one is going to be plastic. Iron bar. Plastic bar.
Right.
Is that also 100?
Actually, let's.
Train yourself. All of these stations have the same name.
Oh dear. Okay, so but to pick up station is going to.
What station? It's not the depots, is it? 'Cause they're supposed to have the same name.
No, they all end up being called Ralph something.
Presumably because you copy pasted.
I guess so. I don't remember doing that.
It's probably better. Turn that to blueprint. No, it wouldn't help actually. Never mind.
Does the pickup also use combinators, or is that done by name?
Yeah, everything's done by combinators.
How does that work then? Because what the heck?
Oh,
Look at that
There's
combinator.
logistics
You
network.
basically want an exact copy of that.
Ludicrously big
solid.
logistics networks. But I'm not going to complain.
Would you like
Okay.
an explanation of
Only
what
when I
the
see what's
symbols
in it.
mean?
Network. Train length. What the heck?
So the encoded network ID allows you to have certain trains only go to certain places.
Mm-hmm.
So you can have
Different networks
something
on
that
the
only
same lines.
supplies.
3 to 6.
Yeah. Minimum and maximum train length mean that it forces the train to be that length.
Mm-hmm.
Limit trains sets how many are allowed to be queued up to all be going there at the same time. And then the provide threshold is how many there should be. That should be a provide stack threshold. So that's wrong. That should be the next symbol along in there. So we need to change that.
Like that.
I
And
suspect
then-
that means. That might be just a. I hadn't finished setting that up. Shouldn't be 150k, but that could be. Can't remember. How many is it? 480.
480 stacks.
Yes.
How do you? And then it just reads what's in the chest and goes and gets it.
No, reads what's in the chest and says this is available once there's 480 stacks of it.
Okay, and then the network says there's 480 stacks of that over here, and then the train goes
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
You're supposed to have gone to bed ages ago.
I know, but I'm not good at going to bed on time.
I drank it. Drink your.
He drank his bed.
Sometimes I get thirsty. What can I say?
Really?
And there's no beer available.
Okay, I'll go and get some. I'm hungry anyway. Back in a minute. I'm hungry and also Jen needs stuff. Red wire. See? Yelling in the background. Just falling over. What's happening?
Heck. Uh, 4 to 4. I know the bed is easy, but I'm going to be lazy.
This is actually the point where one of those diagrams you make for space exploration will be potentially useful. Although it'd have to be, there'd be too much going back and forth, or different options for things. I don't know
What do you?
if it would be
Which
readable.
product are you particularly? Are you thinking of the oil at the moment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously, oil is easy because that has to go through the
Yes.
refinery,
Mm.
and that becomes heavy, light, and sulfurous gas.
Yep.
Sulfurous gas, I want to vent if there's too much,
Mm-hmm.
but I also want to turn that into. I think that
Sulfuric acid?
turns sulfuric acid or sulfur, and then from that sulfuric acid. I can't remember.
Okay.
No, it goes straight into sulfuric acid with iron powder,
Right.
which I have available.
And it can be made in sulfur, which is potentially useful. I mean, we aren't.
Yes.
We've got one machine that's making it fairly steadily, so I assume it's useful.
Yes.
1.5
Yeah, I'll
machines
be making both of those. So that may as well be the first thing I do because that's sort of a.
Yeah.
That then means I don't have to pipe sulfurous gas up further.
Makes sense.
Then I need to deal with heavy oil and light oil. I'm just going to go. I need to get rid of this. What can I turn it into?
What's
I can go to the outputs.
Yeah.
So, the
Lube is made from heavy oil, it turns out.
yes, but it can also. So there's heavy oil cracking into light oil. There's two methods: using or not using silica, which
I see.
affects the balance between light oil and sulfurous and lube.
Oh, right. Okay.
So
So
yeah,
there's
you
even more
complicated
sulfurous
this.
gas. But yeah, okay, that's why we seem to have like ridiculous quantities of it, and eventually I just went sod it and vented it all.
60 to 60. Okay, so heavy oil, light oil, and lube are equivalent in quantities. So
Okay.
I purely crack with the using silica and only turn heavy oil into lube if we're low on lube. and that should work out. That means I get all the light oil I want. Oh, I only crack when there's not enough light oil or there's too much heavy oil, and I don't know which.
Yeah.
Or both, potentially. Heavy oil will also go to a pickup station for the ammo train, but I haven't made that yet.
Once you've established that heavy oil is definitely the thing that we're going to have too much of, and therefore is the one that should be fired out of flamethrowers. I mean, what it has
Not
been so
Yeah.
far, so it's probably going to
Starting on the
continue to be the same.
It's yes, it seems likely.
Mm.
But yeah, it's how much light oil I use. Petroleum and petroleum coke.
Okay, the gold station, as requested, is now starting to fill up. Not particularly quickly or evenly just yet, because it's still being built, but it is starting to fill up.
Yay.
I should use the advanced cracking for that as well, using silica, because that produces much more petroleum for the
For making plastic, presumably.
yeah,
Sounds reasonable.
or whatever petroleum gets used for. Oh, I think petroleum I'm just shipping out. So plastic can be made somewhere.
Do we have any other? Oh, there's. Oh, it's a sulfur. What?
Did you finish any of those words or sentences?
I
No.
finished some words.
What the
Yeah,
holy
Al-
sweet Jesus is going on down here?
Al
Look at this
happened.
station.
Oh, that's because I didn't. Yeah, look, none of that's necessary. I wouldn't worry about it. I was trying to empty the station of all the silicone, of all the sulfur, so that we could turn it into lead, and then we discovered that we have no purple science. So I've left it because it's not going anywhere anyway.
Right. I was just sort of thinking about whether I should put in a station for dropping off gold for the gold smelting facility. Whether I've left enough room for one. Actually, looking at it.
Why is that washing plant not actually working?
Which one? Oh, that one.
Because it's trying to use level 2 when we haven't got level 2.
Oh,
That's what we
right.
need purple
Okay.
science for.
Right, gotcha.
It really confused me because it accepted the input.
It accepts the sulfuric acid. Yeah, that's what I was looking at. So you can't need to set the recipe then.
No.
Oh yeah, because I guess it's defined by which liquid you pump into it.
Yeah.
And what ends up being put in it, yeah. But also when you hover over it, it says, if you open the interface, it tells you that you can put tin in it. But you can't.
Then just doesn't let you.
Yeah.
Seems a
Right.
little cruel.
So that's in a bit of limbo right now.
Okay.
I'm noticing that the combinators for requesting stuff is also complicated.
Yes. So most of that's exactly the same, except you're requesting. It's a requester rather than a provider.
Oh,
And then there's the thing you actually want, but negative. The amount
Copy
that you...
pasted it, and I'm just gonna change all the ones that I've got. I'm gonna paste it over what I've got and then hook them up.
It's not linked to the stuff, so that's fine. So yeah, you just change the. Did you mean to put a second one next to it?
Yeah, because it wouldn't let me overwrite it.
It should.
At least I don't think it did. In any
Yeah, they're the
case.
same.
Oh, it did work. Well, that's even better. Please do that. Please do that. Please do that.
It's very polite of you to say please at every step of the process.
Fucking do it. Right, you are fast underground belt. I didn't call it that. Plastic Bertrand. Excuse me, what?
Right, I am.
Why does it change the number when you type the thing in?
I think I might
change
go
the
off and
thing?
do some fighting because there's not much else to do right now around here now. Because I finished the inserter factory, I think, but it's just waiting for red circuits and lube, which is what you two were working on. So I can leave that for now and just let it happen when it happens. So I might as well go off and clear out the biters that have grown back into the area that we freed up last week, and probably die lots, as is my way.
Because there aren't enough.
As long as you have fun.
Rib tickling.
Because there aren't enough rockets to do that.
I've got quite a lot of rockets. I've got 600 rockets, and I've got quite a lot, and I've got more than 1,000 carbon steel shotgun cartridges. So I should be
Found all the
okay.
bloody rockets then.
I've only got 600. It's enough
I've
to
only
go
got
out fighting,
60.
but it's not a crazy number.
You've got 10 times as many as I have.
Yes, well, I'm 10 times as effective with them.
Right. And then we should be allowed to attach red wire to here now without Tristan being sad.
We'll see.
I see you. I'm glad to see you're not making the mistake that's far too easy to make, which is where you accidentally run along there and wire all of the
Join them
stations
all together.
Yes. Not that I've ever done that, but I've certainly thought that I might be about to do that, if that makes any sense. It's something that's occurred to me to be careful to not do. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh, it's behemoth.
So I should have a carbon train soon.
Carbon. Is
Just a
carbon
train,
made?
huh?
I don't know.
No, that one.
No, the charcoal.
Charcoal becomes carbon?
Yes, you can turn charcoal into carbon.
I don't have
Right, I'll do that
repair
then.
packs. That's a mistake. But I wish I had.
Are you? Where are you?
Combat area.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we started putting
Oh yeah.
walls
that-
around these things to make them a little bit more protected, didn't we? I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Charcoal.
You don't have a blueprint of the thing.
Blueprint
Bring
might be a
me
good idea.
charcoal.
The ammo train has repair packs in it, doesn't it?
I think so. It should
Yes. Or it's broken.
do. Also possible.
It does have. Ooh, it did have
Right.
repair packs in it. Right, it has a sensible number of repair packs in it. I have a sensible number of repair packs rather.
Now I've forgotten which one's which.
Okay, I'll make a blueprint, or not a blueprint, but a copy buffer, a paste buffer, anyway. Okay, let's go and upset the biters again.
It feels wasteful running a pipe all the way along the back of a bunch of chemical plants, but it would actually be even more wasteful to use undergrounds,
Yeah.
given there's no solids. Use
Ow.
undergrounds for the output side.
All the code analogs
Took
of
itself far too
Factorio
long then.
would never pass code review.
No. Think of it as a dirty, hacky project you put together in your own time, rather than an actual serious job-related project, and therefore it doesn't have to pass code review because it's just your own embarrassment.
Yeah, but even then, if I had a situation where there was some equivalent to put in a train stop here, but it was actually related to the output here, which is next to it, I would probably just stop coding.
Is that you're wanting the combinator on the other side of the train line?
No, he wants the station to be up against the belts of the thing that it's summoning in. So rather
The train stop does not have anything to do with the belts that are going underneath it.
yeah.
Right, yeah.
That's related to this one, which is over here, miles away.
But that's because you're outputting
Cock.
on the top rather than the bottom.
Yeah, I just copied Lawrence's.
I'm blaming
it's
Lawrence.
Lawrence's.
Well, that's your issue then.
Yeah,
Yeah, if
Lawrence
you made
failed
your
code
own.
review. Is there a train on the way? I'm waiting for carbon.
Has it gone yellow?
How am I supposed to know
The
that?
light on the station,
What colour is it normally?
Green.
green.
Then I don't know.
The top 2 are green, the bottom 2 are yellow.
There you go then. What about the one that you can't see?
I don't know, because I can't see it.
You have stone arriving, you have charcoal arriving.
Ahoo! Oh, what's the third one then? Maybe it's not green.
The bottom one is gold, and this is not arriving.
That would make sense because...
The gold station is filling up, but very, very slowly.
Is that actually lit up by the thing? No, I don't think it is.
The
Let's go
plastic
to
one is
something.
also not arriving. And you're not going to get any plastic, because I
No
don't
plastic
think
train.
nowhere's making plastic.
I don't think I've made a plastic train now. Hello!
Are you going to start making plastic, Tristan?
No.
Plastic Tristan? This is plastic Bertrand. Or
Because you're
Bertrand.
doing oil, so it seemed like a thing you might be going to do.
No, there was a logical reason not to, I
Is it
think.
because you don't want to?
Because it's hard.
Yeah. So several things use petroleum, and so I was planning on supplying petroleum.
Oh,
And
Right, so these
I
two
don't have
will
carbon
be-
here, and that's a whole extra thing to be providing.
This is my
got
charcoal.
Yes, I have my exoskeleton.
Okay.
I've had my exoskeleton turned off all episode.
Mark!
I've not been moving
You're
around
supposed to
much.
be paying
So it
attention to
hasn't
this sort of thing.
really mattered a great deal, but now I'm actually
Were the
trying to
biters
run away
keeping
from
up?
the biters. Yeah. Well, no, but I wasn't able to dodge a goo I was expecting to be able to dodge. That was more of the problem.
Now,
What?
we make crushing. Crushing will happen.
Right. Okay. More up to the north. Just keep heading north and taking out the biters as I find them.
I'm going to assume 16 will be more than sufficient.
Optimistic of you.
Well, I shouldn't expect that more than 16 could...
I am
I
literally
don't think
waiting
these
for
two
the
belts
biters to
could feed
control
more
a
than
little bit
16.
further away from me before I put all the stuff.
Well, maybe one belt would probably do 16. Seems like the sort of number that it would do.
There we go. Right. Let's make them angry.
Rare.
Eee, run
You
away.
won't like them when they're angry.
Don't like them when they're not angry. Woo! Look! Charred coal.
Boom.
Goes the dynamite.
Boom go the biters. Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, said Pooh. Fucking owned, said Pooh.
Oh, shit.
Look at me with my terrible placement of everything. Cut this
Yay.
off.
I do like how absolutely lethal these scattergun turrets are, even against the behemoths, because they just
The hee-hee moths.
occasionally I listen, not very often though. But anything weaker than that, they just cut through like butter. When there's like 12, 15, 16 turret, I don't know, I don't even count how many I put down, but certainly double-digit numbers of turrets.
Boop. And then this. Boop.
Uh-oh. Green
That'll work.
biter, green biter, green biter, green
That was
biter.
back.
Oof,
Yeah.
phew.
Cute.
Can't run that much faster than me. Right.
That's annoying. I was counting and then lag stopped me. 2, 3, 4.
You
5,
think that's
6,
bad? I was
7, 8.
attacking worms and then lag stopped me. So that's what killed me last time. That and not having my exoskeletons turned on. Glomp, 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 and have that back.
Do, 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 do. And you're going to go there. Become 2. Why are you pretending that you've got no power just because you're not plugged in?
Let's put this in amongst the trees. That'll confuse the biters. No, that's... Why have I got some grey science packs? I wonder how long I've been carrying those around for.
Chat will know.
Probably.
It's session 3.
Question is, are these trees going to be good for my defence or bad because I run into them and get caught?
That sounds like both.
Yes.
¿Por qué no lotos? Lostos? ¿Por qué no lostos? That sounds right.
Seems to have worked quite well with the defences, actually. It's made them... Yeah, the trees slowed the biters down.
Bizarre.
Ah, don't stand in the goo.
Trees slow the biters. Oh. I have made carbon. Brilliant.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm going to blame the lag again, but I think that was actually mostly just slowed down from standing in the goo.
I did get a lag. So
I haven't
it was all
noticed
you.
any lag. But,
don't
I'm
really
not sure I've
notice
noticed
it
any
when
lag
you're
this evening.
You don't really
No.
notice it when you're not doing combat, because it's just... There's you click and something gets placed down half a second later, and it doesn't really matter.
And I'm staring at a bunch of machines that aren't even running.
Yeah, that matters even
Or
less
was.
then. Right, the gold station is filling up, as expected.
As it is written.
18k.
Hey,
It'll be
hey,
48k.
hey.
So it's not even halfway yet.
Okay.
Okay, yes.
And that's basically a solid red belt of gold, I think, coming in.
Yeah, it is only one belt of gold ore being fed into the smelting systems, which is a little underwhelming, but
Yeah. It's a solid belt still, though.
okay.
And yeah, the mine seems to be keeping up and keeping it full.
I'm going to need that comb
Hmm.
after this has been built.
Oh, the wiring comb, yes.
Oh, I just realised what I've done. Please paste that in the correct place. There. Jolly good.
Yoink.
On V.
Oh, I should
And
put
then-
a side balancer in this.
These
Yes.
bots are so vigilant. They're both diligent and vigilant. Because
Village. They
vigilant.
live in a village,
Um,
and they're possibly
they
ants.
they take one tree down, gather some wood, and take it all the way across the lake. God
Right.
knows where they're going with it.
Ron just throwing on the
to
floor
one
and
of
saying,
the
more of my job's worth.
Over there, probably.
to one of the forestries.
Yeah.
I've tried to put a few storage chests
They never
that are
complain
filtered.
about it.
filtered to wood around, so that
That makes sense.
They-
'cause
the
we
wood
do
gets
dump
used
quite
up.
a lot of wood into the circuit
Yeah.
work. That was wrong.
1, 2,
Okay.
3,
If
4,
the Quester
5,
chest
6, 7,
worked.
8.
Then I'd use that. But
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, they work. It's just
we haven't got them.
yeah. Actually, there's a chest here that has a filter for wood, but doesn't have any wood in, and wouldn't be able to output the wood. So I don't know why it's never got any.
Maybe I think they take it to the nearest one, whereas I think
Yeah.
ooh, gold.
it's just turned up.
I've just got a belt of gold that I've
Ah.
even considered. So what I want to do is have this sort of there without anything building it.
Al,
Please don't-
your inserters are the wrong way around.
What? Where? What?
You have a stone train just sitting there.
Hey, Laurence, why did you give me the wrong... How's everything... Oh, that's because I pasted over that and expected them to change. But they didn't.
No, you can't paste over. You can
Thought the bots would rotate them.
tell the bots to rotate them, but you can't do it with copy paste.
I'm very upset.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
How'd you tell the bots to rotate them then?
Place holding shift, place on them, or not holding shift if you're far enough away.
Oh, I see.
It's unhelpful. 'cause you
Draw
have to do
over
them
the
one by
top.
one. Yeah.
Ah, run away.
I guess belts don't change in the same manner.
Yeah, you can do that with belts.
No, I mean you can't paste over belts and rotate them.
Correct.
It just ignores you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's inconsistent.
Generally, if
It's
you
just-
paste things down, then it doesn't overlay stuff. It
So
doesn't
now I want
replace
to
stuff
copy
that's
paste
there.
these, but I don't want anything to happen. So I'm gonna copy this, paste it here.
Ah, some goo on the floor there. Jeez, those ones have got a long range. Oh, okay. So having wood, chat says that having stuff in the chest already is a higher priority than just a normal filtered one. So they will try and fill up ones that already have some wood in first.
Okay.
I
But
know,
another
actually, I
one's
knew they did that
back
in
in.
vanilla. Sorry, not in vanilla. If you didn't have any priorities set or anything, that they would
Yes.
try and sort it.
Who?
But I didn't know how it worked with filters because I've not really used filters very much.
Nor have I.
Look, this
I
is
generally have
extremely
request
frustrating.
chests relatively early on.
Yeah. Yeah, I have them early enough on that it doesn't really matter if you get stuff scattered a little bit because you haven't got that much stuff by that point.
Right, that is where all that's going to be. So, next step, let's go and have a look. Gold gets turned into golden wires, golden leaves. Just those, okay.
Oh, you put those into pollution scrubbers instead of charcoal.
What, gold leaf?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Gold foil.
Okay, yeah. I don't understand the real world equivalent of that, or I'm not aware of the real world equivalent of that, rather. I wasn't aware that you could use gold as a sort of cleaning, pollution-y,
What the heck?
depollution thing.
Maybe you're making a filter out of it or something. I don't know.
Whereas I am obviously fully aware of carbon filters as being a thing. So
What are these
that
bots
makes sense.
doing? You keep stopping by, not bringing me anything, and not taking away anything.
Run. There we go. Safe behind my
Uh,
walls.
They're going back to this tower to recharge, or a tower.
Yeah, but they came to me first.
Yeah, but they couldn't quite get there and turned round because.
Sometimes
They're
people
not-
quite get there is really, really close, which is frustrating.
But why are they here?
Yeah. You're in a bot network.
Yeah, but they're not bringing me anything, and they're not taking anything away.
That one brought you battery. That one brought you a red belt. This
Yeah,
one's
a
bringing you
couple
red
of them
belt.
haven't. I was asking about the ones
Red
that have
belt.
nothing in them. That's the whole point.
Maybe
These
they
are
were trying to
bringing
take
red
stuff away.
belts.
They weren't
There's some
taking
more red
anything away
belts.
because I got nothing in my trash. That's why I had a look. I went, hang on a minute, what are these bots
Yeah,
doing?
you have nothing
And
in your
then-
trash because they took it away.
They didn't take it away because they
Lisa, I
left
would
with
like to
nothing
buy
as
you a
well.
rock.
But every single one I've seen has had an item.
Yeah, that's
in
because
it.
they've stopped doing it. The ones I was talking about, what the heck? There's a clockwork bot.
Yeah, maybe grab that and
And
chuck it in
recycle
your
it.
trash slot.
It's too
Or
fast.
that, yeah.
I can't grab it. It's too fast.
Oh, then it probably does. If it's fast, if it's reasonably fast, it doesn't matter.
It's really not. I don't know why you can't grab it.
Lag, I think.
Oh, now you
Yeah,
got
you're so far from the server.
I don't understand it. It takes me ages to download the map. I think it goes via the internet, to be honest with you. Oh, I just left the network.
Oh, that sort of network. Right.
Yes, you just dropped off the network. No game for us. More biters than I was expecting. Well, that's not actually remotely true. Exactly the same number of biters I was expecting, but slightly sooner than I was expecting them.
Just a bit rude of them to show up. I invited them because I had to, not because I wanted to.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, so now we make gold leaf.
Yeah, that's another
Do you
one.
think I need gold leaf and gold wire in a sort of half the capacity of everything else like they are here? Or should I just have a belt of each? Probably just flood a belt of each, it doesn't matter, does it?
It sort of matters in that you might run into the long-handled inserters not being fast enough problem.
I can always split the belt. I'm just producing stuff at this point.
True, yes. Oh, the uranium's glowing in
One.
the dark. Looks quite cool.
Yeah.
Ah, I hate you.
Not very nice.
We're doing our best. Well, close to our best. Well, trying a little bit.
We're doing something.
Yeah. We're turning up every week. What more do you want?
Didn't even ask for that. That's on you. You wanted
It
that.
probably is, yeah. Alright, that's pushed them most of the way. Let's pushed all the ones that are on the west side back anyway.
West side.
Yes. Thank you, LED.
That was a Cartman. West side.
Oh.
Cartman, comma, Eric. Right, so that will be gold. Just disconnect it here for now. And here. And then let there be this.
Run away.
Me. Copy this, please. I'm doing everything in 16s because I can count that high.
I'm impressed.
Look at this clockwork bot. Get it. Got it. Came all the way back to charge up at this station. It's clockwork. It's an electric station.
Presumably it's got a little...
Yeah,
motor
there's a little
to back
handle
up
that
again.
turns. Yeah.
It does upset me a little bit that the worms can be... You can hit them hard enough to have killed them, and they will still go through the firing animation, launch a projectile, and then die.
Too angry to die.
Yeah, basically.
Are you not going to bring me any stuff, bots? Is that you there? Is that what you're doing?
Oops, accidentally some wood.
Yeah, okay, they are. You may have a belt production issue, actually. Because those are getting them from goodness knows where. Storage, rather than production.
Well, they should get them from storage first, ideally.
Oh, no, these ones are coming to... Well, it's all the same, isn't it? Oh, no, there's a provider chest and there's a storage chest. Well, they haven't been. Ideally, yes.
Oh, dear.
Practically, no. Oh, dear.
Oh no, it's alright. Turrets are more than capable.
So
of
you're
dealing with
gonna
the
make
biters.
gold foil.
Oop, lots of biters. Lots of very angry biters. It's almost like I'm blowing up their homes or something.
Make a house a home.
Make a spawner a home. It's harder attacking vertically than it is horizontally because of the shape of my screen. No, other way round. It's harder attacking vertically than it is horizontally because of the shape of
That's
the
what you
screen.
said.
Is it? Oh, okay.
No, the other way around. The other way around. Wait, I had that problem in our playthrough and you just laughed at me.
Well, yeah, that's because it's happening to you.
Or you agreed with me, one of the two.
You can't tell the difference?
With Laurence?
Yeah, fair.
I don't think he necessarily...
I think he just agreed with us there.
Probably.
You're not wrong.
That's why I agreed.
I just need to rotate this. Nope. Yes, and then flip it. Just didn't make a difference. This is flipping in all directions at once. I'm so confused.
Are you pressing R?
I'm pressing G.
G flips vertically.
Does it? Though?
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember. Yeah, F flips mirrors horizontally. G mirrors vertically.
It was doing some very strange stuff. A vertical flip should not change the direction of a belt, as far as I'm concerned. Oh, because the
it's
belts are going
top-
opposite. Never mind, the two
Yeah.
belts were going in opposite directions, so it was doing it. I wanted them to be going in the same direction, and I didn't realise that until I'd already put them down and rotated them. Oh, there you go. See, figured it out, haven't you? Don't worry about it.
I wasn't very worried.
Like I went up there and looked, and both the belts were going the same direction because he already changed it.
Fixed it, yes.
This isn't going to be gold leaf, though. I can't change it.
Till it's been put down.
It's been put down.
Mm.
What if I do this? Change all these to gold rope and update those. There you go. I fixed it. It's unorthodox, but it works.
If it's unorthodox and it works, it ain't unorthodox.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So then we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one.
Put the turrets down first. That's the higher priority. Don't just pick up random bits of stone that are lying on the floor. I don't care about those.
Yeah, it's kind of the opposite. Because deconstruction is always higher priority.
I know. But this was just this was stuff that wasn't actually going to be underneath a wall. It was just a big rock had been destroyed, so it needs to be. So there's lots of stuff scattered around that needs to be apparently cleared up before it would let me do anything else.
I think we can repurpose.
We've got
move
chrome
these.
plate stuff.
There's a big green
Like
one
gears.
chasing me.
So you've got to take a stainless steel gear and plate it in chrome.
Oh, crikey! What's that for? What do you need those? chrome
Why?
I
gears
don't need it. I just
for? Oh, you just found it. Okay,
it had an exclamation mark on it because I hadn't looked at it.
fair enough.
Where are
Yeah.
anything? Here we go. Is the gold the outer one? It is. Brilliant. Brilliant. You have power. You have power. Power for everybody. Why are you not powered anymore? You are powered. Okay, never mind. Don't mind me. Great, good. Jolly good show. Jolly good show. Jolly good show. And then, I'm wondering if this was the right thing to do. We'll find out. Let's find out together.
There's only one way to find out. Run it, see what happens. Let some magic smoke out.
Bring more materials, you bastards. I'm trying to build a village over here. So once again, I need to know how far away that should be. I guess you just copy that.
Ah! I stood in the
Didn't see
goo,
a death
started
match.
shooting, and then didn't realise I was getting hurt because of the lag, and then
Oh.
started moving very quickly. I didn't die this time, which makes a nice change. But I was
Hooray!
yeah, I moved just about quickly enough. But I worked out why it is. I think that might be why I keep why it is that lag's dangerous, because you don't realise you're getting hurt, so you start shooting, and then you can't move quickly until it's too late.
You double can't move quickly.
Yeah.
It's good of you to bring me those belts before you
Okay.
put any on the ground.
Pretty well.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, you're usually the priority, I think. So if I can get this
Yes.
little nest down here, that'll be easy enough. Then I can go
It's
and get
nice
this
to be
one.
once in a while.
Then perhaps extend this a bit more. And maybe take out that one or that one first. That's going to be a bit more of a problem. I don't think I
I'm
can
going
do
to say
that
it's
on my
about... Is there a ruler mod?
own. I can see how that could be quite useful. I mean, almost certainly, but I'm not familiar with it.
Right, so that's my next spot. So you're going to be going here.
Let's go for this one first because it's exposed.
Control Z, please. Oh, I hate you. Can you please
Oh,
consider
God.
one drag to do one?
Please. Please, no searching.
Please, sir. Can I have some more?
That may have just been Al control Zing repeatedly.
It might have been.
What
There
do you
was
reckon?
there was a sudden burst of lag, and I was trying to run away from a load of bites at the same time. Still, no harm, no foul.
Delete that. Delete that. Delete
Oh,
all of that.
you can't make lube straight from heavy oil.
Needs water as well, I think. Or is there something else as well?
No, there's a listed recipe for making it straight from heavy oil, but that's one like the other one I mentioned. It doesn't
Oh.
exist.
I looked at I didn't look at the recipes. I looked at the what was set up currently.
Well, don't you?
Oh, it's from cracking.
I thought there was
Cracking cheese, Gromit.
I see. So,
Yep.
so it doesn't just make lube; it makes lube and light oil.
Yeah,
Right, gotcha. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
which complicates things.
Right, so then, now that we've made those, so we don't need to worry about the gold train. I'm miles off doing anything useful with it.
Yeah, but it's still it was worth going in and getting it up and running, I think.
So then you're making pinky flakes. Where's this silicone stuff coming from? That's this stuff.
Is it?
Yeah, I have
Yes.
a couple of things that run backwards for that sort of thing because of
Now we want the stone to turn into Wesley crushers. Which is...
Chomp, 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 chomp.
That's probably not a recipe you have to specify. I think you just put it in and it gives you the stuff back.
I'm going to
So
carry
make-
on downwards a little bit further just to make sure there aren't any other biter nests that spawned in down here while I wasn't looking. But I think we're probably clear most of the way down here now, all the way down here. And so it's just those massive one. Well, it's just, there's a small one at the top, and then there's some massive ones at the top that I need to go and deal with. But I might leave the massive ones until I've got Mike to help me again.
That would be a massive attack. Right, so stone.
They're mostly outside the pollution area actually, so we're not getting the massive attacks anymore.
This except crushers. Electric scrapping machine. I'm glad I've got some of those in my pocket.
Can deal with this one. Where are they all going? Biters on the move. Do not want biters on the move. Build this quickly. Better go and kite them.
16.
Oop, kite. It's a lot of biters. It's a lot of biters.
It's the same idea. So. I hope that's you and not something we
It
need
is
to worry
me.
about.
The biters didn't get distracted by me quite so much as I generally like them to. So they went for the turrets instead of the me. Which is unfortunate because I can run around in a circle.
Andy.
I can run around in circles, scream and shout, and
We haven't developed
evade-
turrets that do that yet.
yeah, turrets not so much.
Well, they should get on with that, shouldn't they? That sounds really useful.
Yeah, we'll research that next.
Are they tanks or maybe the combat robots? They sort of are able to move and shoot and move and shoot. Yeah, I think
Lots
I
of
just.
cats.
Oh no! I've triggered the biters.
Triggered the biters, triggered the biters.
Da 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 da.
And whoop. One more for good luck. Bring that back. Oh, I forgot I had a pocket full of bots as a result of doing all that.
Right.
I've got some bots in my pocket.
Take
And
3.
the other ones are building a village. 1, 2, 3. I've taken them. 50. 50. These robo towers do not hold enough bots.
It's probably because of the small cheap ones. If we built if and when we start using the bigger ones, then they probably will.
Yeah. These
But-
only hold 100, and I've always got 110 in my inventory. Although 10 of those are supposed to be there. But the point is, I want them to go away.
Yikes.
So,
It's a crazy long range spits.
did you put down a splitter that I didn't ask for? No.
The biters are putting down spitters all by themselves. I say spitters, worms technically, but.
They're basically just grown-up spitters.
Spitters that can't move.
Yeah.
As we were saying with the turrets earlier. Although I have homing rockets. Oh, do you remember when Spitter Spit used to home? That was or rather, it didn't so much home. It was just that once it had fired, you were going to take the damage from it, whether it hit you or not. I'm rather glad that's changed.
I don't completely remember that.
It was a number of versions ago, but yeah, it was. It was sort of.
I
It
assume the number is a fairly large number.
yeah, and it
Four
was.
score and many versions ago.
It was almost like a sort of a scan hit weapon, except it didn't. You didn't take the damage until the spit landed, but you took the damage no matter whether you were there where the spit landed, when it landed or not.
Oh, I think I vaguely remember that sort of thing happening.
Seems a bit rude.
Yes.
Me. So
Which is
you're
why
going
I'm
to be
so glad that now you can actually dodge it. Oh no, they're coming from all directions.
Bit dodge, mate. Bit dodge.
It's alright, I zigged and I zagged. Let's have a fish. Quick fish supper. There we go.
In the correct way.
How many
Right,
ways
put the
are there to have
gold
fish?
in the gold thing. Well, you can zig and zag, or you can zag and zig. You
Ah,
can zig, zig, zag, zag.
You can fish and fush, or you can fuss about the fish. I don't know.
Fuss and mumble.
Hooray, I can go and replace some of these radars now.
What are you doing?
How many radars are we still lacking? Oh, they only took out one
No,
radar.
okay.
That's not so bad. Then they went after the next radar, I think, which had a load of turrets defending it.
Radars of the Lost Ark.
Yes.
Boop. That's sonar. Oh, hello, my bot thing's been built. That's nice.
Radar and sonar are basically the same thing.
Essentially identical. I couldn't tell you the difference.
One gives off a high-pitched bleep.
Why are you not connected to anything, you bastards? Please be redundantly connected, because I will fuck something up. So, do your job. There we go.
Reasonable. Let's turn the bots off before I go any further up here, otherwise I'll just start building things when I don't really
I have
want
made a huge amount of stone
to.
available.
Here somewhere.
I think I'm ready for the difficult decision. How on earth do I apply logic to all this different... I've got 4 different cracking things.
Cracking. Grommet.
Yeah. And
Hey,
what
that's
logic
really
do
good.
I apply to each one?
Oh no, wrong button. Never mind. I'll put 50 in the rest of them. It'll be fine.
Now we've made silly stuff. Silly string.
What version did I start playing at? I can't remember. I can't remember what version I started playing on. Let's see. If I go to... Oh, I can't load game because I'm in a multiplayer game. I was going to have a look at the load game menu. Ask me when I'm playing space exploration, because then I'm single player and I'll be able to open the load menu and check my first game and see what version it's on. I want to say it was about the 0.13 sort of era, but I have to admit I'm not certain about that. I would need to I'd need to check to be sure. I've got about 1,600 hours of active play though.
Oh, that just goes straight into...
What version was in 2014? Because that's my one.
Ah, I got stuck on a tree. Yeah, I think you started playing before me. You've certainly played more hours than I have.
Yeah, I was going to say that would explain how I've got more hours, but I mean, other things might also explain that.
And you play more at the moment because you're not doing video editing like I am. It takes up a fair amount of time.
Ah, let me out.
Yeah. Indeed.
Do I have a thing? I do.
Run away again. Running away. Jeez. So you know how I set off with about 1,000 shotgun shells? Now, granted, quite a lot of them are inside my turrets at the moment, so it's not. But I haven't got any left in my inventory. So I have shot through quite. And I haven't lost very many to turrets being destroyed. Because I haven't lost very many turrets. I've lost a few, but not very many.
These
Yeah, I've just burnt
frickin'
through
trees.
enormous quantities of ammunition. And the ammunition lasts for ages with the shotgun stuff, doesn't it? Because they don't actually... It's not sort of... A shotgun shell is not a shotgun shell. It's a magazine of shotgun shells.
Yeah, it has some time. But it does go down quite quickly. So don't get too excited, I suppose.
Right, that is, I think, all of the spawners in that nest, in that base taken out. Now it's just going in and dealing with the worms. And that's the easy part, because they don't run over and bite you.
Mhm.
Hopefully. Right, so that's going to be that, which means we want as much again in the other direction in order to afford space.
You spending all the gold?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a bit of room.
Yeah, I never played with... I didn't play when they had alien artifacts, so 13 can't be right then. It must have been at least 15. I've only ever had alien artifacts in Angel Bobs. 15,
I remember them.
15 sounds familiar. Yeah, I don't know. I'll say I'll have to check my save games, but I can't do that at the moment.
So what's this expect?
If you ask me on
I think
Tuesday, then I'll check that.
Oh, that's right.
think
We need
that's-
plastic.
I think I stopped playing for a while alien artifacts were a thing, and then
So you
got
played
confused when they
before
weren't
and
a thing
after.
afterwards.
Oh right, okay.
So that turns into
I've
silicone.
not got quite as many of the shotgun shells as I thought I had. It's just because I put too many in the turrets last time.
So we need the gold stuff and the plastic stuff in that bit, and the other gold stuff and the stuff I just made in that bit. So these are all nice and separate now, which makes it a lot easier to deal with.
What? How did that spawner survive that? I hit it with 2 rockets. That's supposed to be exactly right. No, it's supposed to be more than enough damage to hit it these days.
Oh, the spawners are on 3, I think.
No, they're not. We've researched better rockets or better explosives.
Was it 2 quick rockets, or was there a gap between?
There was no gap between them. However, I think what must have happened is that one of them didn't hit the spawner directly, it hit something nearby.
Ah,
That can happen.
Yeah, it can.
yeah, it took off more than 50% when you actually hit it.
Yeah. Which is nice. It's much quicker and easier than having to fire 3 into each one.
Yeah. Because you sometimes have to stop after the second to dodge.
I don't suppose we've figured out how to make purple science.
We have.
You know all that
We've
time.
got it being made in very, very small quantities in theory on the bus.
Yes, but the
but
input
there's-
is not there.
But there's a lack of lube, which is what Tristan's currently working on.
The loop. Oh, because of the engines. The engines.
Yeah.
the engines. I need to make a plastic train, which might fall apart.
Or,
No. Is that what Tristan's working on? Plastic?
No.
Where does plastic live? I've seen it before.
it comes out of the oil place, like
Right,
the
that's
other-
it. I fixed it a while ago.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get a train in there. Probably.
I'm slightly loath to load up trains from stuff on the bus.
Well, what if I load it up from the stuff that's not yet got to the bus?
It's still that's the one that feeds the bus, so it totally counts.
I mean, you've literally just done that with the gold ingots.
No, I haven't. Oh,
Haven't you?
well, I suppose, yeah, okay, it does feed to the bus eventually, yes, alright. Technically.
Technically.
That was the bus feed.
Yeah.
Also, there's plenty of room to expand this
But no,
plastic.
the
I think.
gold is, sorry, the oil is being, the plastic is being made from things that are already on the bus.
Yes.
So that's different. That is different in my mind.
Yeah. Yeah, if you
Yeah.
if you make somewhere that requests petroleum, charcoal, petroleum and charcoal, you can turn that into plastic.
But it's petroleum. Yeah, there it is. Oh, I can do it locally then.
Petroleum is supplied by train in the future.
So
Will be,
we
I
could
think.
make a little plastic village then.
Yes.
Right there, where we were talking about doing nothing before.
Yes.
Yay! Plastic
That was a
time.
very excited reaction to that.
Al really
Because
likes
I understand what I'm doing.
Excellent.
Glad somebody
It's
does.
gonna-
Glad somebody knows what they're doing.
Somebody know what I'm doing. Please give
I should have
me.
brought some yellow inserters. I forgot these needed yellow inserters.
Ah, lube. That's the other thing that's.
Yellow inserter.
I had two stations here, and I was liquids. And I was thinking, what are these for?
Is anyone
One's
in,
for. petroleum.
is anyone in a position where they can chuck a load of yellow inserters in a train and send it to me?
How many is the load?
100? 200? Whatever's convenient, really.
Depends if you're prepared to wait for bots to deliver them to me. I have 0.
I have 100. Where is your train? Let me get it.
But there's no storage space in my train. I don't think. Or is there? Actually, there might be. No, there isn't. It's
Well, you
just
can
too
use
low.
mine.
No,
then.
only Al's has space.
You can use mine, that's right.
If you've got any walls as well, or yellow belts as well that you don't want, that'd be handy. But don't worry too much about that.
Wouldn't you know it? In that case, I'm going to use your train. Where the fuck is your train?
It's the blue one on the right hand end. Yeah,
Found it.
it's color coded for me.
I think that was you were the last one to get your own train or something.
No, trains are you paint them and they just stay that color.
No, I mean that's why yours is on the right hand end.
Oh, okay. Well, that's probably possible. I don't know.
You can have some gates as well. What did you want? Yellow inserters. Those were electric. Is that what you meant?
Yeah. Yes, those ones.
How are you planning on putting them in Lawrence's train?
I'm not. I'm putting them in my train.
Ah,
Lawrence's train is for me to drive on.
Thank you kindly.
I don't know why I made it stop there.
it's going to stop a couple of lights below you.
Good thing I made it wait for ages, isn't it?
Just gonna do that one.
Because I won't be over
Thank
here.
you. Run up the belt. Up the belt. Oh, it's been destroyed. There. Oh.
Hopefully this isn't in the way of anything. When is it ever? Do you know
As
what
long
to
as you
do?
don't go down that far, then the bus will at least fit.
Just go. Shouldn't think so. He says. Entirely uncertain.
Oh, so many trees. Can't see what's going on. Let's put them there.
Can't see the trees for the trees. Why is most of my station?
I mean, that's all basically true.
No.
I can't see the trees for all the other trees. Oh, no, it does have to go there. It's a shame.
Right. So what do we need? Carbon and something else.
Charcoal and something
Petroleum.
else. Yeah, petroleum.
Charcoal and petroleum.
Petroleum being a liquid.
I've heard of such a
Or
thing.
at least a fluid.
Yes. It's just called petroleum, and
rich.
its picture is a drop. So
Oh, okay. I suppose it's, yeah,
But it's
called
petroleum gas
in
in
vanilla,
vanilla.
isn't it? But
yeah,
this is not vanilla. Oh, I don't have the pipes for this. Oh
Are you trying to sing?
well. For once, no.
The station looks the same, right? It's just the output is different.
yes.
Give me an example of a picking up.
Look
Fluid.
at where I am. The crude oil one here.
Oh look, that's handy.
How crude.
How good. Any of these will do. Stop picking up the station. Ugh.
If you hold
No,
down shift,
the-
you can then edit it after you've
So
sorted it.
the one you're copying there is, or we're copying 10
Well,
seconds
I'll have
ago.
this one down here.
Yeah, the
It's
bottom one
actually
is
what I
a
want.
requested one.
And it also happens to be set up correctly.
I probably.
Yeah.
Did I? I thought I put the. I thought I put all the power poles in as I was spotting them. Or is that the one I just got? Oh. All right. Well, I'll build all this up and then I'll go back and have a look and watch out
Who
for these
knows?
sort of things. 1, 2. Oh yeah, cause yeah, there needs to be every other one, not every third one. Damn it. It's annoying.
So you're
I'll
called.
just chuck in some extra pylons. It'll be fine. Nobody will notice.
Until someone copies it and pastes it and
Yeah.
why are all these extra pylons everywhere?
A few extra pylons doesn't actually matter. What's a few extra pylons between friends? They're cheap. Don't know what's happened here though. Shotgun, machine gun, shotgun. This doesn't line up properly.
Shotgun shells.
Did I miss?
Shotgun.
No. It just doesn't line up. Never mind. These
Lots are flying.
45-degree walls are a pain in the what's name. But sometimes they're kind of needed. Have I run out of yellow bells? No, I haven't. There we go. He says in a loud accusational tone.
All these rocks have been run into. Probably by me.
Probably.
Although once you've run into them, they get a nice underline so you can see them in future.
That's one way of looking at it. Is there something funny going on here? Oh, there's an invisible pole there that hasn't happened. There we go.
Ooh, what I haven't checked to see is whether I actually successfully put in all the signals that were necessary.
Right, that's all of this apart from, well, there's a load of bits of wall missing, and there's a slightly funny kink in the wall, and there's loads and loads of pipes missing. But other
All
than
in
that,
all, you're just a funny kink in the wall.
yes, exactly.
No, you need to be a real signal.
No, wait, I do want those on.
Why are you not powered? Is this whole thing not powered? What the heck? Right, because there's no connection here. I keep copy pasting things that I don't realize are part of my blueprint because by the time I look, they've been put down. So I assume that they were there beforehand, so I don't check that they're, infrastructured. I don't need this. Go away.
That's probably too close.
Why are you? Look at this.
Put it here. There's only blue biters in this nest. That's going to be easy. He says cockily.
Coquelin. Coquelin?
Oh, I've run out of batteries. That's going to make it harder.
Just makes it a bit more of a challenge.
Yes, now I can't. I've still got a few left. Still got some power left, but once that gets down to 0, I won't be able to outrun even the blue biters. Oh, they've started spawning green ones. Hacks. They heard me saying, haha, there's only blue one, this will be easy. So they spawned into tougher ones.
I mean, that seems fair.
Yeah, you should probably not gloat
Don't
when you read
taunt-
Men at Arms.
Don't taunt the biters.
Pray that you don't
I'm
get
not sure I'm
taken
as
out
good
by
at-
an evil man.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I'm not as good a person as Carrot is.
Yeah. Also, was that actually Men at Arms? Because that's a good guess.
Yes, I think it was.
And then I want an input station for going home with. I'm going home. It's quite difficult to copy a station when there's a station between them.
Take me home. to the base. I belong.
Buttery biscuit place.
More of a factory than a base, I suppose.
Stop building stuff. I know I put down blueprints, but
It's a
don't do them.
factory. What do you expect to happen?
Yeah. I know I asked for all
Whoa.
this stuff, but don't actually build
Sudden
it. Please.
massive lag spike. I jumped halfway across the map. Well, like
It
10
did take a
squares.
while for this blueprint to actually paste. It may have
Oh,
been
so
really...
is it? You're
No.
putting down obscenely big things.
kind of you to notice. We'll put it there. Does that work? Yes. Don't need that. Don't need that.
Oh. Oh no, I
Air.
turned the bots off. That's all right. I was going to say I'm so short of power. Even my bots aren't even going out to pick up bits of wall
Oh,
for
no, I
me.
didn't
But
need
that's
that.
not true. There, I just turned them off.
Right, now I need to copy a combinator.
I've actually got more ammunition than I started with. Nice.
Keep going to the crafting window to select green or red wire. I'm so used to space exploration.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to be giving me...
Oh no.
What's it called? The stuff that's good.
The good stuff.
Carbon charcoal.
Okay.
Right. How does this work then, please? FNEI, tell me. Plastic bar. 10x petroleum, 2x carbon. Okay, so we chomp up some carbon and put some petrol in it.
And obviously, you need to make charcoal into carbon to do that.
That's alright, because I've done that right here. Nope. Nope. Yep. You can do quite a lot in one space, I've noticed. Yoink. Probably doesn't even need to be particularly... Most of this village is going to be the station.
Yeah.
Call it Little
That
Winges.
Yeah. And you look at my inserters one, it's the same sort of thing. There's probably more space taken up by the drop-off stations than by anything else.
And part of that's Lawrence's fault because he got us to make big trains.
Big train.
Big terrains are often useful.
I mean, I didn't really have a view until we discovered that
How big they
how
were.
big cargo wagons are.
Yeah.
And now I would disagree, but to be fair, back then I didn't really.
You didn't disagree at the time, so... Oh, the damn bites are still expanding. I mean, I know that is what they do, so I shouldn't be too surprised. I'm not surprised, I'm just going, grrr.
I'm not surprised, I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, basically. I need to resupply.
Resupplies. Supplies. Logistic train stop output.
Burn, perp.
Go away. The fuck is that?
Burned, perp.
Heard and dirt and dirt?
Yerp.
Oh, I may have failed to pick up the train stop with the station. Let me check.
Is there any other stuff in here that I don't need? Probably.
Oh, bollocks. Oh,
I need
bollocks!
those.
I'm going to guess that all these are the same and hope... Well, I've been copying Lawrence's one, so that seems the same. I'm just cargo cutting bits and then I'm going to complain when it doesn't work. Why are you not placing down last
See.
station? What the fucking... Get this shit out of my face.
Al is playing Rage Factorio. Rage Torio? I don't know. Something like that.
Factorio.
I've heard of Cracktorio.
Right, there we go. Get this powered, you little shitbags. There you go. Well done.
Right. This
Didn't
is where I just stare at my
Boom.
automated logistics and just have a look at the map, see how many million bots are heading towards me. It's a fair number.
Would you like to have a look over here and help me figure out how on earth I wire these pumps in? Because I'm trying to come up with some sort of sensible way of prioritizing. So the row I'm standing on is the bottom row that I care about for this.
Right.
So this is turning heavy into light with a bit of lube. The next one up is turning light into petroleum with a little bit of sulfurous gas. The one above that is heavy into light with a little... heavy into lube with a little bit of light.
Right. Okay.
And the top one's probably never going to run.
So you want to check whether there's basically if there's more. You could say if there's more light than there is lube, then run the lube heavy one. If there's more lube than there is light, run the light heavy one. I don't know if that's a good way to do it, but it's a way.
That'll flip flop a lot.
So,
like
there's
20 times a second.
It's also as soon as a train comes in to pick it up, suddenly we run the one that's more efficient for that, which maybe is sensible.
I mean, the other possibility is to say if it's less than a certain amount, then run it.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking of initially, but then it's how do I not have that just so if we're producing lots of lube, if we're using up lots of lube, then I just want the lube one to run. I don't want
that would happen when the light oil one starts to fill up. So it would
but then the lube one would stop running because the light oil's fully filled up because the light oil one was running a bit
initially.
Yeah.
But in the sort of the long term, I think that should probably, as long as we're using up light oil fast enough to compensate for the amount of lube that's being made.
Yeah.
I think that should be okay.
So I could stick a 200k into the stations. Or possibly just if the stations aren't full and have a bit of a buffer outside the stations.
Yeah, and you could put in a few extra tanks to give it a bit more buffer to play with.
Yeah.
No, there's two recipes, Mark. There's one that produces lots of lube and a little bit of light oil, and there's one that produces lots of light oil and a little bit of lube, and it's trying to get those two to run in the right way round to make sure that we always have the right amounts of each.
And you got the same for petroleum and sulfurous gas, but having made that and realised it's sulfurous gas and not lube on those ones, I've decided I don't care about the high sulfurous gas one because producing probably don't care about it. We may end up caring, but we've got an overflow of that currently.
All right.
On the original one, so I've assumed that we'll have that on this one as well.
We seem to have a lot more sulfurous gas than we needed. Assuming you're making as much sulfuric acid and sulfur out of it as you can, and then just jettisoning it. Any overfill is okay.
You can go away.
Currently, I'm not jettisoning any,
but eventually, yes.
Yeah.
When tanks are full, sort of thing. Yeah.
Let's put a pump down there.
So that.
Have I charged up my chargy things now?
Plus, I don't know why I've made it this spaghetti. I suppose it's Factorio.
Spaghetti's a requirement, is it?
It's just, why would you avoid it?
It's inevitable.
Did you hear that, Mr. Anderson? That is the sound of inevitability.
Right. Have I got all the things I demanded? No, I've got more batteries coming now because I just dumped them all in the same place. I've only got 200 rockets left. No, 389 because I've got 200 where I said I had 600 before, or 800, whatever it was. So I've got through a lot of those. Combat is surprisingly expensive, and there aren't very many of those in the logistics network.
Good have a note. I've not received any crude oil.
You asking for crude oil?
Yep, I copied Tristan's thing directly.
Why are you wanting crude oil? You
thought you
don't want crude oil.
No, I don't want crude oil. Why did you make me copy the crude oil one?
You wanted to
Foolish.
request a station.
Yeah, I was copying one that looked to me like petroleum, and you said don't use that one.
Yeah, because it wasn't a
Yeah.
petroleum station. It wasn't a requester station. It was a petroleum drop-off pickup station. You want a drop-off station. So it's easier to copy a crude oil drop-off station and turn it into a petroleum
Oh,
one.
you're right. Look,
The-
there's a point in the wrong way. That could have been funny.
If only there were arrows drawn on them.
Kind of can't see them.
I'm surprised you haven't been given some crude oil actually, because that is a thing that is on the bus and being on the train network and being provided.
There's actually slightly.
You're more likely. I'd have thought you'd be more likely to get crude oil than you would be to get petroleum at this point.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
going to see if I can summon a train of any
He
description.
hasn't wired in the station. So
Oh, okay.
it's-
So I've not wired in the station.
That's fair enough then.
No. Also, you have 2 stations there.
I've got 3
Also-
stations.
Yeah.
How many stations do you expect me to have? Oh, no, that's not connected to that. Oh, here. Yeah, where did that come from? Don't know where that came from. Oh, that came from me copy-pasting something else. And I thought it was a light because it was a ghost, and I was waiting for it to show up, and it didn't. And then it did. And I forgot. Ding. Right, bring me stuff.
Right, this is
Also,
going to
actually have a look at the station name.
this is going to
because
go
you're a
badly.
noob.
Let's go and put some flame turrets down first.
Station
Ooh, let's add some
name.
flame turrets to my front line thing, because
Oh,
this
yeah,
one's
should
going to be
probably fix
difficult and horrible and stuff.
There's a gap. It's made me sad. I'm so upset. Not operable. I don't care if it's operable. Let me edit it. There it is. Oh, that'll do. There you go.
Yeah, finish this off while I'm not dead, because that's just gets it done and out of the way. Oh, I've got some wall as well. Oh yes, of course, that's part of my summonings. Why do we not have fuel up here? What have I missed? Presumably there's just one piece of pipe somewhere down here that's missing, and that's why nothing's getting fueled down here, presumably. Oil.
Oh, I don't need to change
Well
that
be
for an
damned.
output station, do I? Wait, no, be hooked.
That's the bit I was missing. Oh, no, that shouldn't be there. That should be there. And then it will all work. So yeah, I did have a copy-paste screw up in there somewhere, but c'est la vie. Oh, this still isn't working. Because I've got the same screw up there. Oh, bloody hell.
Oops. Ah, fuck. How many
You guys are having fun then.
hours do I need to have in this game before I stop accidentally putting the belts next to the thing instead of one space away from it?
How many hours have you currently got? Because it's more than that.
723.
Did you just look at my hours?
No, I gave you a random number that I suspected was more than the number of hours you played.
Oh, so who was answering your original question? How many hours do you need to have?
Yes.
Yay, overkill. I know. No such thing as overkill. Only open fire and time to reload.
Let's just do this, and then I can pretend that everything
Oh.
was fine. What the fuck? Don't look. It's rude. This,
Yeah, I'm also not very happy with the
this.
slightly spaghettified pipes.
Ah,
that are
what the
going
fuck?
in here.
Hey, you can squeeze between flame turrets even though they're pipes.
You lucky thing.
Right. Do you think?
Right, build that
What do you
thing
think,
then.
guys? Do you reckon this is going to be enough of a defensive thing for me to be able to do any significant damage to this base?
Yeah, you should be able to.
Problem is, I've
if you want a hand, let me know.
got flame turrets now, so I'm probably just going to burn my feet. So there's going to be 2 colours of goo to watch out for on the ground. But we'll see how it goes.
In 5 minutes or so, I should be
Run
mostly done
away!
Turn your bots off.
No, if I leave the bots turned on, it keeps stuff repaired. And the bots seem to do reasonably well at not dying.
Why have they stopped?
I don't know.
Go and talk to them. We need to have a discussion about your performance, behemoth biter. Please see me in my office.
Ah,
Fish.
easier to just run away, to be honest.
That's slightly faster.
Yeah,
then.
you heal pretty quickly in this one.
Yeah. I can't tell how many biters there aren't there because of all the fire.
There's a lot of smoke.
No smoke without
Might
fire.
have to scrub some pollutions. Why are the biters so stupid that they just run through fire?
Because they're not used to fire.
Do they
it's
not have
part-
fire on this planet?
Apparently
No
not.
lightning strength. There's a bit of a chunky base, isn't it? It's a fat base.
A hacking base. Oh, the biter one. Yes, it is. That's why I've put up. I put out twice as many turrets as I normally do, and gone for flame turrets. Mark is suggesting that I try and flame turret creep the biter nest. I think that won't work because I think the behemoth behemoth worms will outrange my flame turrets and will just wreck them as soon as I put them down. As soon as they get in range, rather. Ah. There we go.
That's
Drag them all
copper
up the front
wire.
line. That's quite pretty. The way all the different the gouts of flame from all the different turrets going sort of slightly in nice arcs across the battlefield.
Medium
You aware
worms
of it?
have the same range as flame turrets.
Ah.
Medium worms, medium.
Right.
What
okay.
colour are my
So
lights?
again, we've got large and behemoth. Then we're not going to do well with the trying to turret creep.
What colour are my new stations, please?
What do you mean color? What color?
They have yellow and green lights on them.
Your new ones will have green. Nothing's happening. You're not going to get any petroleum yet. I'm still in the middle of that.
What about charcoal?
You should get
Should
charcoal,
be
but it's
okay, I think.
yeah, charcoal's.
Oh dear,
got
my
full
turrets are on
station.
fire.
I'm not saying it's not right.
Anyone got some water?
You've
There we go,
linked
it's gone out
the charcoal station to the station, not to the light.
Oh, the
You
number of
linked
times I've made that
the-
mistake.
You link the petroleum one to the output rather than the input on the station.
Excuse me? Wait, how many pieces have these stations got? I thought it was just...
Three.
I didn't know that.
You only
So,
ever I only ever use one of them, which makes it mildly annoying that it's not the station that's the one that I use. But
You use this station occasionally, but rarely. Not for
very
LTN ones, I
occasionally, yeah.
suppose.
Alright, so what do you actually attach it to?
yeah,
So the light is the input.
Oh,
So if
that's
you're
why it says
telling the
input.
station something for LTN, there you go, that's gone yellow. Then you attach to the light. If you're looking at information the station has from LTN, you go to the yellow thing, just under the light. And if you're accessing the station itself, you go to the station itself.
This isn't connected to either. Look.
this is going
Is
quite
this
well
correct?
actually. I'm pleasantly surprised. Let's see if I
No,
can
that
type
needs to go
that
to the light as
fine.
well, because you're.
I was just checking that the combinator wasn't stupid.
Stay away from the light.
There we go.
Kate, and the flame. Stay out of the fire.
Well,
Laurence.
Should I be outputting from the combinator, or does it not matter?
Laurence usually connects from the combinator to a pole, and then from the pole
Yeah,
to
I
the.
was thinking maybe
light.
The main reason I do
It
that
doesn't
is so
matter.
that you can read information off the circuit network by
That just
mousing over the
that
pole.
just means there has to be a pole connected somewhere.
Yes. Also, if it's crossing the line, the railway line, then it looks weird if it goes across at ground level because
Yes.
then you feel like the train's going to run over the wire and it just looks wrong.
I will agree with that. That's why you should put it
That looks
all
wrong,
on the
anyway.
other side of the rail.
Yeah. I deliberately left a gap in the middle of this wall so that I could run through it, but the big biters wouldn't be able to because they're too big. But I've not been able to use it because it's always
Fire.
been covered in fire.
Oh, you made a good dent on that base.
Made a very good dent on that base, I think. I think I got through about half of it.
Bit low on the old.
I'd say a
shotgun
bit more
shells
than
then.
half, but yeah.
I haven't got. I've left a lot of work.
Your boys just
work
repaired each
yeah.
other.
You may want to go around north side or south side, and probably south side, and shoot in from the edge.
Yeah, maybe. It's a long run to get from there back to my safety point, though.
Okay,
Back
so
to
in
my
theory,
safe
this should
space.
just make plastic whenever. Oh no, I haven't filled it in. Look, I haven't connected that bit to that bit.
Safe space.
So
safe
whenever
space.
charcoal, carbon, charcoal, and petroleum are available, plastic will come out of here. I've no idea what sort of quantities. Doesn't really
Kill
look
it!
very.
Kill it with fire!
Doesn't look like huge numbers, does it? Do we need
I'm up
more trains then? Does each output station
Yes, thank
need
you.
an output train?
I've just seen what you were laughing about now.
Yeah, I had to run down when I ran down the right-hand side. I had to run further away than the outside the range of the shotgun turrets.
I have a plaster on my scroll wheel finger and it just keeps on sticking because I keep scrolling. Turns out sinks are vicious. Very sharp bits on them if you take the
Ow!
plug out.
Ow!
Which I entirely blame Laurence because it's his fault for having DIY videos on YouTube making me think I could do that sort of thing.
I didn't put any DIY videos up for my recent plumbing shenanigans because I didn't think
Oh, I didn't even know you were doing plumbing shenanigans.
I say plumbing shenanigans. I replaced a couple of taps.
Oh, well done.
Thank you.
Without making a mess.
Oh,
Water getting everywhere.
I ran the wrong way because I couldn't see because of all the fire. The problem with the old the biggest problem with replacing them was just undoing the nuts on the back of them because they were seized up very, very tightly.
Yeah, I have that trouble.
And I didn't have a spanner or anything that fitted them. I eventually, I think I borrowed one from a friend eventually, but it wasn't quite. Still,
at the
was really
time.
bloody awkward, but it was. Yeah, I eventually managed to get them off. And so
It's
now,
10:45, by the way.
oh yeah, so it is.
Yeah, plumbing has been my stuff recently, and it's been quite a headache because there's always half of the things are just squeezed into each other with rubber, hoping that the rubber forms enough of a seal. Half of the things are screwed together so tightly that you can't undo them,
Yeah.
and the rest of them are metal, so they've, like you say, seized.
If you can get in with two spanners for those sort of things that are seized up, then it's not too bad. If you can get a sort of spanner on each side and just wrench them apart, then it's not. They tend to be okay. It's just the pun was actually unintentional there, believe it or not.
It's more the it was the plastic pipes underneath my sink that I was having so much trouble with.
I did fix one of the pipes that comes out of the toilet system was leaking when we moved in, and just dripping onto the floor. I ended up I drained the cistern out and then fixed that with sugar, which worked really, really well. Can recommend.
How is this station 1 unit off when I copy pasted it? It's okay, I'll fix it. Fuck you, station.
Sugru is great for plumbing, sealing things up for plumbing. Because it. Oh, what? It helps you pick up your corpse before you try and attack again. Believe it or not. Kill them before they kill me. Right, let's pick up the dead body. Yeah, Sugru is great because you can basically mold it and place it like plasticine, and then it sets like rubber, so it's just works. It's great.
I have some. It's keeping. I bought one of those aerator filters, and I was really sad for a while because I thought that I completely failed. But actually, it turns out that there was a weird plastic bung stuck on the inside of the tap, covering up the thread that you would attach such a thing to.
Oh, right.
So it did exist, and it could be done. But it was extremely leaky, like every single other thing in this entire house.
Including yourselves.
It's all old enough, I think, that it's just a bit wonky. So Nothing quite fits anymore. Nothing's tightenable because everything's. You know when you try and twist something, but you can't get enough torque to tighten it up because it's just going to fling off at the other end because it's not attached properly. Like a tap, for example. You don't want it to break in half because of its own torque.
Yeah, and with the ones I was taking off, I think I ended up getting a span sort of the tap's twisted, so I got a spanner trapped between the tap and the edge of the sink, and then when I wrenched on the other end of it, I was able to undo it. Just.
Right, how's that petroleum coming along? So this is.
It's being made now. Also, I decided to blame you for a train going back to the depot with stuff in it.
Are we talking about plumbing because we're doing lots of pipe work in Factorio at the moment? Is that where it
No,
came
I'm
from?
talking about plumbing because I
Oh no,
cut
it's
my
because you'd
finger on
injured
the edge of
yourself.
the
I
sink.
remember. Yeah.
It turns out you can just unscrew a plug. Did you know that? The plug in
plug
the
hole?
sink has a big screw. Well, the hole, but the thing that goes in the hole that is the plug hole.
Oh, the sort that the captive ones. Yes.
I guess so. Like, it's a normal what you think of as a plug hole because you put the plug in it, which is the bung.
Yeah.
But there's a hole in the sink, which is a plug hole.
Right. Yeah. So you unscrewed the plug hole from the plug hole.
Yeah, I didn't know
Right.
you could do
Gotcha.
that.
I know did I actually.
Also, why does everybody insist on using flathead screwdrivers?
Yeah, I know what you mean. There's a lot of those in this house, but that's because it's from the 70s when they hadn't invented anything better.
Surely by the 70s, someone had thought, what if you just put another hole?
All right, maybe.
And then it'll stop slipping out.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm sure Phillips screws in Positron did exist by the 70s. All these Phillips did, or the very least Robertsons, surely. But I suspect it's just that people didn't use them. But it's because these days, if I'm doing a lot of screwing, if you pardon the expression, I will use my drill for it because it's just so much easier. Whereas perhaps back in the olden days, you didn't have a convenient cordless drill that you would use then as I use it more as a screwdriver than I do as a drill, if I'm being honest.
I just psychically told Tristan to expand horizontally. Because I was staring at this going, can you make more, please? It just happened. But none of my Phillips head screwdrivers are... I mean, I do have attachments to the drill, but most of them are not. They're just sticks with crosses on the end.
Yeah, I suppose the point I was getting at is that using a flathead screwdriver isn't too bad if you're doing it manually. If using flathead screws isn't too bad if you're doing it with an analog screwdriver, a manual screwdriver.
But my complaint is based on doing such a thing because you twist it and it slides out.
Yeah.
You have to put it back in again.
In my experience, it's not so bad if you're doing it with a manual screwdriver. But if you're doing it with an electric one, then they slip out all the time.
I guess it
just really
flings out straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the same time, surely someone would have thought, what if I just put another line in this and it'll stop slipping out all the time?
Like I say, I am 100% convinced that Phillips screws existed back then. It's just that the people who were putting all these things in our houses were cowboys, or just didn't know, or perhaps just didn't know better. I'm assuming it was the homeowner who did it, and that, as I say, they just didn't know, but didn't think about it or didn't know better. Yeah.
Do you suppose they make all types of screw with both types of head, or do you suppose you can only get flathead screws for this sort of application?
Interesting thought. I don't know.
More
logically, a flathead
radar
screw is easier to make.
Yes, that's why they were the original one, and it's probably because they were cheaper back in the day. Because they were easier to make. So before we had the levels of machining technology that we do these days, it was a lot easier to make flathead screws, so they were really cheap comparatively. So
then I'm thinking, wouldn't they have, because the Phillips head ones are pointy and it sort of goes into the crosshead as a cavity.
Yeah, they're designed to come out.
Like an pyramid.
Yeah.
But wouldn't someone at some point have just had sort of two flathead screwdrivers across over each other? And that would have been good enough.
I think that
isn't
that the
me.
difference between Phillips and Positron? No, not Phillips and Positron. There is some. I have a feeling there's something that is a that basically is that, but I'm not sure which one it is.
Because that shape to me describes the 5-pointed and 3-pointed ones, where it's just truncated rather than being tapered. Those security ones that you get.
Oh, yeah.
Security ones are the ones with a pin in the middle as well.
You can get those as well with a hole in the middle. I've got all sorts of them.
But sometimes you just get ones that are just a funny shape in order to make it slightly harder to take it apart, and you need to
down
get
to the
the
machines
right
that make them.
screwdriver.
That's slightly harder rather than security.
It's
Yeah.
quite late,
Both-
and I need to put a plaster on my finger, and the dog keeps coming to talk to me, so I think that means shut
I'm
up.
just I'm gonna take out this one last biter nest, and possibly the one opposite, because they're if I don't, I'll
All
probably
right.
forget.
Oh, that one, the small one.
Yeah,
It's a 2-minute job.
yeah, exactly. Given what I've just
Yeah,
just achieved, this is
Tristan, do
nothing.
you have you made trains for these train stations?
What?
You don't need LTN means you don't need to. You just all the trains will do all of them.
Yes, but if they don't empty out,
Oh, I
or if
see.
there's too
I
many,
don't know what you're talking about.
I assume he means that the screw up trains are full of stuff they shouldn't be full of.
well, I just mean there's only
Uh,
two. There's only 2 trains.
There's 2
with-
fluid and 2 solid
Yeah, but
that
we
are
made a.
only unused.
The rest are all out and busy doing things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much my
Oh,
point,
one coming
Stephen.
up
Is
as
that back in the when all the random crap was fitted to our houses back in the 70s or 80s or however long ago it was. The machines that were making the screws were much less advanced, so they weren't able to, so presumably it was really expensive to make decent screws, so everyone used flathead screws because they were cheap, and that's why we're stuck now going, why the bloody hell are all these flathead screws everywhere? Don't people know that Phillips one or Positron are much better?
I suppose as long as it always shows up and there's room for the thingy, which is why you set it up that way. But at some point, we're going to have so many stations that that's not enough trains, right?
Yeah, eventually you expand out the
Yeah.
number of trains you've got. You build up more depot stations and put more trains into them. It's an expandable system.
So to be fair, we could probably do with having a depot. You don't want just one, do you? It's going to take forever to get there and back. You know,
Yeah,
big-
we'll
big
start
gaps in
loading
the
them
system.
with rocket fuel instead of, possibly nuclear
Rocket
fuel.
fuel
at some
station.
point.
Do we need to upgrade the curves to banked?
Conveniently, no, but it would make a lot of sense if in order to have faster trains you had to have more advanced track or something. But fortunately not. As we've discovered, these trains are even capable of running in space, which is impressive given their steam engines.
Yeah.
And I did make the point that actually, if you were using rocket fuel that came with its own oxidizer, then a steam train would work in space. There's no reason why it wouldn't. The only difficult part is the oxidizer for turning the fuel into heat.
You're not going to get your gas vent built, Tristan, I expect.
I
because
know.
I don't think there are any.
Yeah, and I kind of don't care.
At the very
It
least,
needs-
it's a placeholder for one,
Yeah,
so you know where it goes
and
later.
it'll
I found some more
continue to
nests.
highlight that, hey, you're missing this thing. Just like we're missing 2 yellow belts and a yellow inserter.
Presumably they're only they're missing, and you're only being notified about them because you're standing right next to them, and it's your logistics network.
No, it's
Because otherwise they would be
it's
put
the-
down, wouldn't they?
base. No, we're not. Oh no, those ones are in an outpost.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That got attacked by biters down here.
Oh, so there is a logistics network on the outpost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, I fixed it because it turned out I had the materials for it, which is annoying.
Yeah.
I don't want the materials for it.
Thank you.
This is looking
It
nice.
kind of didn't matter because it's not going to get used for ages. But yeah, worth having.
It's a good thing you don't have to wash these trains out when you've
Ah.
drained them.
Yeah, they're very different materials.
There's more biters than I was expecting, because they've all come up from the other nest.
Mark is asking.
Oh
if
yes,
you
Mark.
are...
Sorry, I was I spotted the message pop up, but then I was running around for my life. So Yeah, we play every Friday evening, except I think we might not be tomorrow because I've sort of been talked into going to the theatre. So next week will probably be a good opportunity if you're free next Friday. We're actually using 5M, which is a mod system for GTA 5, allows us to do much more interesting stuff. But if you've got GTA 5 installed, then it's trivial to get that working as well. So it shouldn't be too much, shouldn't be a problem. So yes, please, you're very welcome. I should probably give you a link to the Discord so you can come along and sort of say hi. I'm not sure what the best way to do that is.
Well, you should have a bot in Twitch and stop using YouTube.
Yeah, that's true. I should paste a link in, really, shouldn't I? Then you can come along and join in. I'll do that when I'm disincombaticated. But yeah, we have a couple of other people who play who are who aren't whose first language is not English, shall we say? And as far as I can tell from your typing in here, you seem to do well enough, so I'm sure you'll be fine.
Is one of them Mike?
And map knowledge will come with time. That's always the way.
This speaks Northern.
So do we.
Where are you going? There's more.
I'm moving this wall down a bit so that I don't have to run quite so far between adventures.
If you empty them all out and then get the bots to do it, it's way quicker.
Oh, that's true. That's a good idea. I could just do that to empty them, couldn't I? Didn't think of that. Good thought. That is way quicker.
Hooray, I'm helping.
You are. Good
Teaching
job.
the pros. Teaching the pros. That's breaking the law by... Who did breaking the law? Breaking the law.
Was it?
Breaking the law.
I want to say Judas Priest, but I'm not sure. That doesn't sound
Ooh.
right.
Breaking the law, Judas Priest. Judas Priest?
Close enough.
Yeah, Judas Priest.
Wow.
Or at least that is a song by
Actually
Judas
got it
Priest.
right. There you go, Mark. There's a link to join our Discord server, so you can stick your head in, say hi, and we'll let you know and keep an eye on when GTAing is happening. Yes, we do need more players. We've got a bit of a problem over the next sort of 2 or 3 weeks, I think, where there's one person missing each, basically one person missing each week, and that means because there's only 4 of us who are sort of regulars and always there, when you lose one person out of 4, it's a real problem. I think it's Mike this week, as he's not here today, as you can see, and he's not going to be here tomorrow either. What am I standing in? Oh, there is some goo there. He's not going to be here tomorrow either, so which is why I didn't feel too bad about just cancelling it. And then next week Pete's going to be absent without leave.
That's a very slow output of petroleum, even with all them things.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Is it a shortage of input or just it's a really slow process?
It's a slow process. 6.4 seconds to make 60.
The input does seem to be struggling then.
14. No, it's
got to the end,
full.
but it's not.
That input.
The schedule
Well,
is tricky, I have to admit. With
it's caught up.
I basically have something happening every night during the week at the moment now, so it's I can't move it around much. Although I was playing with the idea of suggesting a weekend GTA 5 this week if I'm not going to make Saturday, so perhaps sort of Friday. So maybe we'll try and squeeze something in on Saturday or Sunday for a change.
If you were looking at
worms on Sunday morning,
the silica supply a moment ago, Al, I cut off the input for a bit.
Cool.
That's
right. I think it is probably the time for the endings.
Yeah, let's do that.
I've now cleared the bytes out of here again. I'm starting to think the easiest way to do this from here is probably going to be to build a extension of the pipeline and belt across here and up to here, and then build another 45-degree wall down across here.
Don't crash it.
I'll try.
No, you won't. Unless you're trying to crash.
And that'll mean we'll have lots of oil available for big flamethrower turrets, big flamethrower walls to get through all of those nests on the way down there. But I think that can probably be a me thing to do, or a me and Mike thing to do next week.
You and Mike, hey.
While you guys get
Oh,
on
we
with
built
the
villages.
oil things down here, and get me those red circuits I ordered a while back. The
Nearly there.
the
We've
red
got the
circuits
plastic on the network.
and the lube. Once to get those, we can then start having all the happy little inserters and stuff.
We have 24k lube
Why are these
and
not running?
75k petroleum. See, halfway for the petroleum.
Anyway,
Why is this stopped? Why are we not making yellow and red inserters? That looks
They're
like all of the
looking.
inputs.
they're looking at stuff.
Hang on, I'm just
Maybe.
going to stick. Oh no, I've already got inserters on there
Quick game.
to do.
Exit.
I'll just stand in this pile of corpses. We'll probably have despawned by the time we come back.
Bye, Lawrence's chat. Bye, my chat. If there's anyone here.
Bye, my chat, all half a dozen of you.
Soon.
So, well, yeah, as always, yes, thank you for
Ooh,
joining.
the escapist is free.
And let's do that. There we go. Now I can talk to you guys without all these people interrupting. So, as always, thank you for watching. Look forward to seeing you along here next week. As always, there's going to be Factorio Space Exploration on Tuesday, 7:30 as normal, and then another burst of Industrial Revolution on next Thursday. The GTA videos will carry on drifting out as normal, and if you'd like to join in or just want to say hi, then, well, there's that Discord link I posted. Do feel free to stick your head in, and we'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. I know by this point I'm supposed to have switched over to the the screen that looks like this, aren't I? So yes, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, Mark, and everyone else.